When it comes to holiday gifting for guys, it's not always so easy. But thanks to Mack Weldon, it's super simple to find something great, no matter which guy you're shopping for. Whether it's Mack Weldon's warm knit tops, undershirts, or Sunday lounge pants, Mack Weldon has men's basics that are guaranteed to keep everyone on your list comfortable. Mack Weldon is the perfect mixture of comfort and style, and the ease of shopping makes it the perfect holiday gift. Mack Weldon promises comfort and consistent fit, from socks, shirts, and hoodies to underwear, polos, and active shorts. Mack Weldon's wide range of customized fabrics can keep up with you no matter what your day looks like, whether you're working out, going to work, or on a date. And with Weldon Blue, Mack Weldon's totally free loyalty program, you'll get free shipping for life. If you don't like your first pair of underwear, you can keep them and they'll still refund you, no questions asked. Win the gift-giving season and get 20% off your first order. Visit MackWeldon.com/peasants and enter promo code peasants. That's PEASANTS. That's MackWeldon.com/peasants. Promo code PEASANTS for 20% off. Mack Weldon, reinventing men's basics.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true.
Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 820.
Do it live!
And we're doing it live for the 820th time. Oh, God. Billy's in two windows.
I thought that was a nice gift for everybody.
You're a
Give
double
second window to me.
A double Billy.
Yeah, double Billy all the way.
All the way across the sky. And we have a new guest. This is the first time we have Elisa Jordana on. Welcome, Elisa.
And
Hi, everybody.
Yes.
And what's this doggy's name that you have here?
So this dog is named Fozzie, and he's a wonderful rescue dog. I got him from Vanderpump Dogs, and he's 5 years old, and he's dressed as Santa right now.
That's adorable. Yeah.
So is it like really bad not to get a rescue dog?
Right now, yes. If you don't have a rescue dog, I just lie about it.
Just tell everybody this is my rescue dog. You have to say rescue dog or else they'll think like it's like in the 80s if you wore any sort of fur, even if it was like a fake fur, they would throw blood paint on you and it look like blood. It's the same thing. If your dog's not a rescue dog, they'll throw blood on it. And they'll be like, no.
What if I have like 2 out of 3 dogs? 2 out of my 3 dogs are rescues, and then I have the one that is actually like a purebred dog.
Yeah, I would just lie about your third dog.
Oh, damn.
Here's what I'll do, Ben. I will kidnap that dog.
No!
And you can rescue it.
Do not.
And then boom,
Perfect.
nobody's a liar.
No. Yeah. So
we love doggos around here.
Yeah, and you named your show Kermit and Friends after your dog that unfortunately passed just earlier this year, right?
Yeah, so I named that show Kermit and Friends because I wanted Kermit to meet more friends, and she did through the podcast. We met dogs from all over the world. We met different animals. We met an octopus. We met a monkey. And she met people. I threw parties for Kermit and Friends, and she would be pet by people from all over the world.
That's so wholesome.
And to make it even more wholesome, it's now a church show.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's the church going? Are you divine?
Well, actually, it's going horribly because the leader of my Bible study said I am not one with God. and that I'm very far from God, and she refused to baptize me.
Do you need to be baptized?
Well, yeah, it's a big part of it. When you're involved with the Christian church, the big thing at the end of your studies is to get baptized. And I was rejected. She actually said to me that it wouldn't be right to baptize you. You're not ready. You're not close enough to God. And that's what inspired me to start my own church, Kermit and Friends Church Services, where anybody can be baptized at any time.
Did she think you were a phony, or why didn't she want to baptize you?
Well, I really enjoyed all the studies. I enjoyed reading all the scriptures, and I enjoyed all the, everything about the Bible I really loved. I never got into it till recently. And I felt a lot of emotion when we were reading it. And the only time I didn't feel emotion was during when she was talking about Jesus on the cross. She expected me to cry, and I didn't cry, and I didn't want to fake cry. So at that point, she was very disappointed in me, and she kind of like banned me from the church, and it pissed me off so much because I felt like I was being judged, and I feel like at church, that's the least place where you should be judged. Anybody should be welcome, and that's why I felt inspired to start my own.
Okay. Have you seen Mel Gibson's Jesus movie?
Yes, I have. So it's weird. So that story, It's interesting because there's so many parts of the Bible that I love so much, and I'm so, it makes me emotional. And when I read about the sins, no one ever taught me that. So I didn't realize where my life was going wrong until I read those sins and realized I was doing every single one of them. And when I realized I was doing every single one of them, I thought, okay, this is my journey now. These people have come into my life for a reason. So everything about the Bible, the sinning, being a good person, serving the Lord, that makes a lot of sense to me. But some of the stories, like that story, it's just hard for me to believe in it when I wasn't there or haven't experienced anything like that. The only thing I can attribute it to is when I feel like sometimes I'm attacked, right? We're all attacked. If you put yourself out there, people go against you. If you don't stand for anything, people don't go against you, right? So if you're a creator, if you're somebody that builds things, I find that people are more likely to strike you down. So in that way, we are like Jesus.
Yeah, that's why I cried during that scene, because I thought, man, what if this is like when people fuck me over? I was like, this is not fair. Like, me and Christ are really getting the short end of the stick here.
So do you feel like, when was the biggest time in your life where you felt like people were, putting you on a cross, attacking you?
Oh, it happens all the time. It's usually because of the friends I keep, though.
I put him on a cross all the time.
Is this guy Ben a bad friend?
Ben's one of my good friends. But even my good friends are bad. So it's like, I think Ben's probably one of the better ones. It's hard to say. A lot of my friends end up in the news. A lot of my friends.
Billy, do you have famous friends?
Yeah, infamous.
Who's your most famous friend?
I don't know.
Oh shit! Here comes Stephen Hawking.
Uh-oh.
Buy some drumsticks for your drums, Ben. Buy some magic cards, Billy. Merry Christmas, peasants.
Okay, thank you. Oh, and by the way, for those of you that are watching, if you have any questions for us or for Elisa, if you send in a Streamlabs, we'll read them off to you. And if they're more than $20, Stephen Hawking, the famous late scientist, will read it to you. So,
a lot of my friends, like I'm friends with Martin Shkreli. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Oh, I'm so interested in him. I just read a story about Christy Smythe.
Yeah.
Falling in love with him. What do you think about that story? Do you think she's crazy? Because a lot of people are saying that she's crazy for being in love with this guy while he was ripping off people, and in jail, she's still into him. Why?
She's not crazy. He's a very sweet boy sometimes.
Yeah, you're talking to probably his second biggest fan next to the woman that you're talking about, Billy the Fridge.
Dude, he always had many women interested in him.
Yeah, what do you think it is about him that women like?
I mean, he's a terribly intelligent person. He is actually very compassionate and caring. He spends time talking to people one-on-one, even when they might think he's the devil, right? He'll sit there and he'll have a conversation just to try and soothe their negative notions about him.
He has a
There's
punchable
nothing
face.
hotter. There's nothing hotter than a devil.
That's what everybody says. And I start doing really hellacious stuff, and people don't find it attractive. Like
No.
Yeah, I've done some really evil stuff just to find love, and they're like, "No, dude."
You got to be worse. That's all.
I guess, yeah, but I can't be that bad. I'm a sweet boy.
So when you were friends with Martin Shkreli, you're still friends with him now? Do you speak with him even though he's in jail?
I haven't for a while. About a year or two ago. It might have been a year ago. I don't know exactly when it was. He had his phone taken away because he wasn't supposed to have it.
In jail, you're not allowed to have a cell phone, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to have a cell phone. And allegedly the phone got taken away. So allegedly I stopped getting calls from him.
Okay.
But
when
I
is
still
he
talk to
getting
him
out
through,
of
like,
jail so you
messages.
can be friends and he can come here on this podcast?
It could be soon. He's been like tutoring all the inmates. That's been like something that he's focused on.
But he got
so
in
he's
trouble.
getting good behavior. But when he got caught with that phone, like, they were talking about it being like anytime. But there's all these Trump's passing out all these pardons. I see these pardons going out. Maybe we can get a last minute pardon for him and just pull him out before COVID's over. And the crazy thing about Martin is in March, he had ideas to cure COVID, and he was trying to get them out in public, and everybody laughed at him in the science community. And then now these are some of the things that are going into our vaccines. And he was ahead of the game. Yeah, 6 months ago.
Is he a doctor?
No, he's an investor.
He's.
So
but
how did he do that?
Because he studies all the time. When I was hanging out with him, we'd spend like 6 hours a day. Like I kind of met you originally through Martin, through Blab, right? So like I would be on Blab. That's where we connected originally. Blab was like a video streaming service, and I think I started doing your show around that time. But I'd be in with Martin like 6 hours a day, and we would go from like just talking trash to him teaching everybody how to do like advanced calculus, and he'd study old criminal cases to see the likelihood of him winning against the agents that were targeting him. They hit him with like 7 charges, and I think only 3 of the 7 stuck. They have a 95% conviction rate in the FBI. So the fact that he only got hit with 40% was a small victory.
Did he ever mention Christy Smythe?
Christmas miracle.
It's a true Christmas miracle, Pappy Compton, some bitch. But he didn't directly mention her. But I was in contact with her. Like a lot of the contact I would have with him when the phone was gone would be like through her. I'd relay messages. So like I didn't know that they were like that, but it doesn't surprise me because he was always getting attractive women. When I first met him, I asked him if I could have his runoff ladies, and he said it was okay because he had so many.
Billy, you came up with this ingenious idea for Elisa. We were going to show her photos of 3 of YouTube's most desirable men and have her pick which one she would like the best if she had her choice out of the 3.
Because you're always talking about your dating potential, and we have a few people here on our show that we kind of focus on, and we wanted to have like I guess I could call it a blind taste test or something.
So do I actually have the ability to have contact with these guys? Do you know them?
You probably don't want to make contact. Well, I don't know. We'll get to that. We'll get to that after the pictures come up.
Okay.
All right. So here's the first one.
Okay.
This is our first eligible bachelor, Brett. He's a marine biologist, or he's huge in the study of manatees. So as you can see, he's laying belly first in his love space, his bed in his double wide trailer. He's a intellectual, and he is recently questioning God. He's been a gourd believer for some time, but now he's questioning after the Trump election.
So he doesn't believe in God because Trump won?
He's not sure. Because Trump lost. He's worried that maybe Maybe God.
because of this election. Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
so he was a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Oh gosh.
He was going to quit YouTube if Trump lost. And then when Trump lost, he said he wasn't going to quit because obviously the election was stolen. So
Wow, that's going to be tough because I am not a Trump supporter. Well,
that's not going to be good for some of our other.
Yeah. Here's
I mean, I could date somebody that's a Trump supporter. I've actually dated 2 guys that were Trump supporters. I just tried to stay off the topic. So let me just keep this guy in mind. Let's just go to the next person.
Okay. Here's the next one.
Thank you, Bachelor number 1, Brett.
He's this is Bachelor number
This is
2.
the same guy. Wait, this is the same guy.
No.
Not the same guy. They just share the same number of teeth.
Which is 0.
Do all the bachelors look exactly the same?
I wouldn't say exactly, no. This gentleman here is actually a sorcerer supreme. As you can see, he's we'll call him Vaughn. Vaughn has the medallion and the pentagram shirt and the all the cool trinkets that are laying across his floor and stacking up on the walls. He's a collector of sorts. And Vaughn is currently, I believe, single. Brett is married, but I don't know if that's a deal breaker. Vaughn is currently single. So, and another known fact about Vaughn is he is trained in some form of martial arts.
He's also he's very spiritual, but it's witchcraft that he's into. He's into witchcraft.
Oh, witchcraft. That's like the opposite of what I'm into. I'm into Christianity. Witchcraft is like polar opposite. I mean, they do say opposites attract. And I do like the color red.
Yeah.
It's a great color. He's peacocking with that cape.
And he has a lot of assets. If you look around that house or apartment or whatever you want to call it.
It's a trailer in his mom's backyard.
Yeah. So he has land.
It's a family estate.
Yeah. See, you would, if you dated him, you do need to be aware that he does have 2 young children too. So
he's rarely ever around them, though. I think
you'll be watching them for him while he plays on the computer.
Okay.
His last wife was very young, so he's looking for somebody youthful. I assume you'd pass. I assume.
How old was his last wife?
Like in her 20s.
Early 20s.
Oh, and by the way, the first guy that we showed you, that guy is only like 42 years old. The first one that we showed you. Yeah. Yep.
He's been through a lot.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah. Here's the last one. This one
There's only one more.
Yeah.
There's only one more.
This one's my bet. This one I think you're gonna like the best. If you're really into facial hair, you'll like this guy. See, Trumpster Bob. Like you said, the Trump thing isn't a rule breaker. Look, he's very patriotic as well.
It's like these guys are triplets.
You think they're the same?
They all look exactly the same. Where's Martin Shkreli's picture?
That's true. Martin would have been a wonderful option compared to these 3 goats. But this is Bob. Bob is a patriot, a staunch Trump supporter, and his conspiracy theories may have you believe that everything you enjoy is Muslim ran.
Wow. Well, he is very patriotic. I like his flags. He's wearing blue. I do like the color blue. Are you sure Martin Shkreli's picture is not coming up next?
No.
you don't have to date these 3 guys, but you do have to choose one. And we'll give you a little more on that one to see if you change your mind.
Which one has a pension?
Bob.
Bob's claims he does.
Bob
claims he does. Bob's always buying Keystone beers and ice cream sandwiches. He's a man who loves his dessert. He had a strawberry shortcake that he ate in front of everybody and told them they couldn't afford it because of their communist values. Only in a capitalist society can you enjoy strawberry shortcake.
So I would go on a date virtually with Bob.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
Virtually works too, because he might.
Virtually.
There's no chance of him getting handsy virtually.
But I would only use Wi-Fi for that.
Only Wi-Fi.
Show her Jared
Would you put up a firewall? Would you have good protection?
I would. Yeah.
Show Jared or Cobes. There literally is probably 100 people that we could find that may be worse than these 3.
Yeah.
I know you guys know other people. Billy just said He has celebrity friends. Okay. And he wasn't clear about who they were. But I have a feeling that in Billy's arsenal of people, he has some good men for me.
I could probably hook you up with somebody.
Okay.
Onision.
I don't know about it. I don't think so.
No?
Who?
I don't. It's just show her Onision.
Should I?
Oh, yeah, Onision. I just heard about that guy actually from you. What's up with him? Is he single?
He might be.
He's not single, but he's open to having a throuple with his husband.
His husband, who's
he's gay.
He's
not
female
he
to
wasn't-
male
he wasn't
transgender. Yeah.
He wasn't gay at first, but his husband, who had 2 of his children, has made him gay through their transition. I
Okay,
believe.
that guy's out.
Okay.
That guy's completely out.
This is
Just
Onision.
Oh, he's cute, but he's
See?
gay. Oh, that's so sad. All the really hot ones are gay always.
He's
Always.
crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, he would be my type, but if he's gay, then I'm just not going to even try.
He had Chris Hansen knocking on his door, you know?
That's a bad sign.
Yeah.
I could probably get you in contact with Chris Hansen.
I forgot what he looks like. What about you guys? Are you guys single? Are you married?
No.
Or what's your dating status?
I'm
single.
married to the game.
What's the game? Is that a woman?
No. If I ever have a girlfriend, it's gonna be trouble.
Why?
Cause I'm a sweet boy. That's bad for brand.
Why is that trouble if you have a girlfriend? Do you think you'd be happier with a girlfriend or happier single?
Okay, the honest answer is I want to start a harem.
Oh my
Oh
God.
no, you're like a polygamist type. Ugh.
No, I don't have I don't have a girlfriend right now. I'm a very lonely boy on Christmas, so I'm gonna visit my nana.
Do you ever meet women through this podcast?
Nope.
No, never.
Nope. It's all trouble.
What about you, Ben?
No, I'm not available. I'm
Not available.
I am totally spoken for.
Okay, so
I
Ben
did want
has a
to
wife
ask
or a
you.
girlfriend?
I wanted to ask you about because we have to, because this is how you ended up on our show. Because we
'Cause I'm
played
insane.
we played the clip of Benji Bronk getting fingered and him screaming like really loud, and I was like. Because he was saying, I'm doing this for Elisa so she can get a job at the Howard Stern show, like before he got fingered by Perez Hilton. And actually, before that, we watched a video of Perez Hilton crying because he got banned from TikTok. Then we listened to Benji scream and get fingered, and he said it was because of you. And then Billy's like, oh, I know her. We should get her on the show. So we have you on. I need to know, what was it like listening to him scream while he was getting fingered? Like knowing that he was saying your name and I'm doing this because of her.
Well, I knew that he loved it. I knew that he enjoyed it. It's very fun being on that show. And it's very fun being on this show. It's very fun being on any show. There's nothing like it when when you have airtime on the biggest radio show in the world. It's extremely fun. So you're willing to get fingered for it.
Yeah.
That's just what it comes down to.
I'd take one in the butt to be on Howard Stern, and Howard Stern's not even that great right now, right? It's kind of just like a recap of America's Got Talent.
At his worst, we would all take a finger in the butt for it.
Exactly.
It sounded like he didn't enjoy it though. Like it sounded really bad at first. Like he did not like it at all. But then he kind of eased into it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, when you guys are with your significant others, is that something you ask for?
I'm always like, hey, would you just punch me in the butt?
I did come out of anesthesia during a colonoscopy one time and tried to pull it out. And
What?
Because he was like half awake out of the colonoscopy, right?
Was it painful?
It was very uncomfortable. That's what happened. I kind of subconsciously woke up from the anesthesia and tried to grab the thing and pull it out, and then they just dosed me, and then I passed out.
You seem kind of young. Why were you getting a colonoscopy?
He's into that sort of thing.
And I'm almost 40, but I was getting them kind of early.
Like you wanted to, or
like gastrointestinal issues I was having, and the doctor's like, you might as well get one. So I was like, okay. And they actually did find a polyp, so I'm glad I got it because they removed it.
Wow. What were your symptoms?
Just bloating, gas, very horrible stuff. Like anytime I ate, I would pretty much feel, I would regret it every time I ate, and there was no rhyme or reason like what types of foods it was. It was basically anything.
Wow.
And I also
But
have a
it's better
condition.
now that they removed it?
Yeah, and I also have a condition in my esophagus. It's called Barrett's esophagus, and that's from like acid reflux type stuff too. So
Wow, that's got to be really embarrassing sometimes.
it is. It is absolutely.
There's nothing embarrassing about me, so like that's. I just want to put that out there. I've never had any colonoscopies.
Never? Me
Never. I probably should though. Like every man should get checked out at a certain point. Like I think of women and how much they have to go through, like from month to month with their bodies.
So
and I don't have to sit down to pee. Like I can just stand anywhere. There's literally zero maintenance on my body, so I feel like I should at least get something put up my butt soon. I don't know.
Who came up with the idea for this picture? Did you guys actually brush each other's teeth?
Oh, great picture. Yeah, me. I used to force Benji to do all these photo shoots that I would come up with, and he would be half asleep, and I would just do it. I was very inspired at the time when I was going out with him. It was fun because everything we did, they would talk about and laugh at, and it was just extremely fun time in my life. And so I would come up with all these ideas, and he would just do it unwillingly.
I think brushing each other's teeth is one step away from sitting on the toilet in front of each other.
Oh yeah, he did that.
Did he?
Yeah, in fact, the last guy that I dated, I never had any inkling that he even used the bathroom, and I don't like that. I want a guy, if I'm dating a guy, I want to see everything that he's doing.
You want him to just let loose and fart if he needs to?
Yeah, like everybody should be farting in a good relationship.
That's not too bad.
Do you fart in front of your significant other, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I really have to.
Do you think that's why women like me so much? Because there's so many videos of me like pooping and farting on the internet?
Yes.
I didn't realize
Puking, too.
That's what I was getting out of it. Puking, pooping, farting. Every fluid possible came out of my body on camera. Every substance. I'm pretty sure I could launch a submarine back there and people would watch and women would love me. I don't know.
Women do like that because it shows that you're not afraid to be yourself and you don't have to be cool all the time. That gets really exhausting and tiring, and I like it when somebody's authentic.
Well,
I've noticed it's very hard being cool all the time around women. I don't try. Like I just am that cool all the time, and I could see them get exhausted.
So speaking of Trumpster Bob is here to collect his date. He's in the chat.
Oh no! Is he willing to convert to be non-Trumpster Bob?
He says I would not only date her but ruin her for other men.
I'm already ruined. Okay, like 10 years ago.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
What happened 10 years ago?
Everything. Okay. Just dating and dating the worst people on earth. Bob would probably be an improvement.
So like, like David Blaine or something, right?
No, those kind of guys are horrible. So if a
magicians,
magicians, anybody that's famous, anybody that's good looking, those are the worst people to date. You want to date the worst looking. In fact, you know what? Show me those pictures again.
Okay.
Because you want to date.
Oh no.
Now that I'm older,
Whoa.
Now that I'm older, I'm realizing I want to date the ugliest, least successful, most horrible guy I could find and a Trump supporter, because nobody wants those guys and they won't cheat on you.
I think Trumpster Bob might be the most attractive of the three.
He has a very shiny head.
He's got a shiny head. He's got a gigantic goat beard. And when you compare it to, he's probably got the majority of his teeth. Like Von Helton and Brett, they don't compare to Trumpster Bob.
Yeah.
Like, Vaughn, oh my, yeah.
Yeah, this guy is 42. I'm gonna be 40. I'm gonna be 40 in like 5 months. He looks like he could be my dad.
Yeah. We got to talk to this guy. We got to find out what he's been up to.
Oh,
A lot of tummy time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are just some of our special friends here at Drunken Peasants.
I like these guys. I want to meet them. I don't know if I want to like go out with them on a date, but I definitely want to meet them and make sure they exist.
They exist. They always have. All three of these guys have fantastical opinions on things.
So are these the typical drunken peasant fans? Is
No,
that
these
what they
are
look
not.
like?
These are not our fans. These are
No?
no. They're kind of antagonistic type
Antifa?
people. Antifa, yeah, yeah. Antagonistic.
There are antagonists.
Yeah.
They tussle with us. We try and be sweet boys, and they.
Oh,
She
so are
can
they
stay with me
trolls?
for a time, no problem, says Trumpster Bob. He's offering you to stay with him for a time.
Is
Yeah.
that in the trailer park or
Probably.
in the mom's backyard?
He probably lives in an apartment.
A one-bedroom apartment in Texas down near the Mexico border. But you must know that the election was rigged, and most of the world is actually controlled by secret Muslims, according to Trumpster Bob.
Oh boy. Oh. What a
And
dream.
Yeah.
and he thinks that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a
Yeah.
secret Muslim.
Yep.
And the only way for her to prove she's not is to pose for Playboy so we could see her exposed, unmutilated vagina.
Wow.
There's so many things wrong with that because Playboy doesn't even show like that depth.
They don't
of-
even exist anymore, do they?
I don't know. I don't browse those periodicals. I wouldn't understand if they exist or not.
You know,
A sweep.
at first, before you were dating Benji, you had an interview about why you were friend zoning Benji. And Howard was like, I could have you in 10 minutes if I wanted to. And you made this look on your face like, I don't know, like you didn't reply to it. You didn't say no. You didn't say no, you couldn't, but you didn't be like, yeah, or you didn't agree with him either. It's just, I've never seen, it was interesting how your reaction to it. Because I think most of the people on the show that, because I've been watching Howard Stern for like my whole life, we're all watching
really?
and listening. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm a big fan. So, like a lot of the women he would have in there when he would say that kind of shit to, they would usually give into it pretty quick. But it seemed like you were kind of turned off by it.
So I am a fan of Howard Stern. I think he's great, but with anybody, no matter how successful they are, how famous they are, whatever they have to offer, I don't care about that. It's just how they treat me. That's what I care about. So a lot of famous and rich guys, they think they could just get anyone just by existing. And that's just not true. They have to do things. They have to show effort. So when a guy like that says something like that to me, it doesn't impress me. It just makes me think he's not going to put in any effort.
Yeah.
I saw you say recently that you regret doing your musical performance on there.
Yes,
Why is that?
I do. I regret it a lot because I don't know. I mean, people have said to me that they set me up to fail, right? So I was on there several times performing music and I enjoyed it. You know, I like attention, okay?
Yeah.
Let me just be honest. Like, I love this. This is so fun. Like, I haven't done anything like this in a while. So if Howard Stern Show emails me and tells me they want me to perform, I don't care what it is. I'm going on there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So if they tell me I'm performing, you know, it's just like in half an hour, I would go there, you know, from California right now.
Yeah.
So I did it. And I know, you know, they just want to laugh there. They want to have a good time. And I was down for it. So for me, should I have performed live multiple times on there? Probably not, right? But I just want to have fun. That's what it comes down to. I had extremely the best times of my life on there. The best times. I've enjoyed it so much. I love being a part of the community that likes the Howard Stern Show. I wouldn't be doing anything I'm doing now if it wasn't for them. So I just appreciate them so much. I appreciate Howard so much. He talked about me so much for, 6 years constantly. And that really helped me connect with people. It helped me meet people. I dated people because of that. I got inspired because of it. And it just brought a whole new life to me that I just really appreciate. So do I regret performing? Kind of. But I had so much fun on those days. Like I think about on my deathbed, what am I going to be thinking about? Oh, I think I'm going to be thinking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't really regret it. Really.
It's a little.
Go ahead, Billy.
It's a little cringy when you look back on it, but
yeah.
it's still a moment in time that benefited you greatly.
The
right? If you
cringiest
wouldn't have
part-
done that, what would have happened?
The cringiest part about it was Benji staring at her the whole time, like the look on his face, like while she sang the song. And seriously though, you planned that song to kind of sound like it was about Benji, right?
So I wasn't really thinking too hard.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking at all. I'm just like, am I going to have fun doing this? Yes or no? Yes, I am. So I just took every opportunity. When they called me to go on that show, I never said no. If they called me today, I'd say yes. It's just so fun. And I you guys probably get the same kind of feeling when you're on this show. There's a feeling of nervousness, excitement. It's just a kind of feeling that you can't get that many places, right? So when you're on the Howard Stern show, you know it's the biggest show in the world. This guy that's the #1 broadcaster ever of all time, is giving you attention, is saying that they want you there. It's just very validating. And so I would say, did I, get a record deal because of that show? No. But did I enjoy myself? And will I tell, my nephews when they get older about it? Yes. So
It's an amazing experience. Yeah. I
absolutely.
think.
And I really don't like, what I don't like, you guys? When people complain about Howard Stern, people that have had opportunities with him, that have gotten famous. Great example. So people that have gotten famous because of him, and they complain about it, it really upsets me because I just can't relate to it because I'm just so grateful. There's not that many people that can say that have been helped like that in life. I mean, if you think about your opportunities in life, I could think of a handful that I've had. And to be kind of like shitting on these opportunities that someone has given you just, out of nowhere, I can't imagine complaining about that.
I think that's just the type of person you are, right? Like there's people who maybe don't see the bigger picture. They don't understand the gifts they were given. They only know that they had them, so they must have earned them. They must deserve it. They must, like nobody else had a hand in it, Yeah. I think not a lot of people see that there really is moments in your life where people give you that step up and give you that hand to help you kind of ascend to another level. And people just aren't aware of that.
Have you guys experienced that? I know this is a pretty big podcast. I was a little, I wanted to know more about it because I know it started off with like different people.
Yeah.
So what is that about? And, how did it get big? How did it get big? And are you guys the original people?
I'm one of the original people. And then the other guy that I started it with left a few years ago to go start something else. And I brought Billy had already been here on the show a bunch of times. So I asked him to come and help me, if I wanted to continue to do it. He was going to help me continue to do it. And that's kind of it.
And do you have to share anything with the original guy?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the details.
So yes.
But yeah, it's been it's been an interesting experience for me to come into this world that was kind of already created and try and put my own spin on things while like keeping the history of the podcast alive as well.
I need to know
being the new guy.
I need to know about Stuttering John Melendez in his obsession with hiking.
Oh.
Is he an expert hiker?
Yeah, so he's been asking me to go hiking for many months now, and I've changed. I swear, since I've been going to this church, I've really changed the kind of people that I want to have around me. And I just noticed, like, he's involved in lawsuits. He's always complaining. He's always drunk. He's just, I think he might be a good person, like, deep inside. But I, like, lawsuits and complaining about ex-bosses from, like, 25 years ago, that's just not where I want to be. Like, they say you should spend your time with people that you want to be like, right? So you're the 7 people that you're like the average of, right? So if you're hanging out with someone that's like involved in lawsuits, that's complaining about your ex-boss, because I used to work there too, that's complaining about, people that you like and just has a negative mindset. Like, I think life is all about mindset. And if I'm upset at my old band for firing me, or upset at the Howard Stern show for embarrassing me, or mad at Howard Stern because he's not giving me the $1 billion he has, like, that's ridiculous. My path is my path. Howard Stern's path is his path. He's separate than me, right? And I don't deserve anything that he's worked for. I've only deserved the things that I've worked for. So the amount that I work for is what I'm going to get. So if I put everything into my podcast like you guys have and like a lot of people have, I'm going to reap those rewards. But I don't deserve anything that Howard Stern's worked for. I don't feel that way. I feel like if I have a good mindset and I enjoy what I'm doing and I'm giving joy to people, I'm entertaining them, that I'm going to reap rewards. Maybe not at a Howard Stern level, but hey, at least a Drunken Peasants level, or a Joe Rogan level, or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I deserve anybody else's success, or they owe me anything.
I think there's some people who reach success because of other people, and it wasn't on their own, and it's harder for them to really understand earning something, So
Well,
that might be why they're bitter.
A lot of people try to do that, though. I see people trying to do that. And I mean, spiritually speaking, it really is the amount that you put in is what you get out of it.
Trumpster Bob has a great theory on Howard Stern. You know how he has these weird theories? Howard Stern was paid and hired by the homosexual Raj Staubach. I don't know who that is. He has all these weird conspiracy theories about all these different places, like Raising Cane's chicken tenders. He thinks, I don't know, all these weird conspiracy. Domino's.
Wait, he likes
Pizza
chicken tenders?
No. I think he likes chicken tenders, but he does not like Raising Cane's chicken tenders because the owner of Raising Cane's is a secret Muslim.
If he likes chicken tenders, I mean, maybe it could work.
Yeah.
I mean, you like those tendies?
Yeah.
As a man about his tendies going to win your heart?
I mean, it depends where the chicken tenders are from, but honestly, with ketchup, any of them would work.
Okay. What's your favorite tendy spot?
Oh gosh, probably McDonald's.
Oh wow. I didn't know they did tendies.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuggets, chicken nuggets.
Okay, nuggets, and see, they are two different things to me. So but McDonald's nuggets are a classic. I think they're my favorite nugget.
They come in like how many shapes?
There's boot, there's diamond, there's circle, and then there's another shape that I can't remember. What's the fourth nugget shape, guys?
I don't. Yeah.
No idea. I didn't even know they had shapes.
They all come in specific shapes. There's like 5 of them, and unless you get a broken one, they will all be in one of those shapes.
There's the bell shape. There's the bell, the boot, the diamond, which some people call the zigzag, and then the circular nugget. So yeah, they have their shapes. But
yeah. I miss fast food. I was eating it all the time.
Why do you miss it? Why can't you have it now?
I started a diet in October. That's one thing. Me and Billy the Fridge have lost tons of weight over the years on this show. Like Billy went from like the higher 500s down.
I was over 600 pounds. I was ridiculously gigantic.
Yeah, and I'm only 5'9", so like I was at 212. That's a lot for me. And now today I'm like 174.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you do it at the exact same time, or did you decide to do it together?
No, it's kind of weird because I was when he was losing all the weight, I was just getting progressively fatter. It took him. He lost hundreds of pounds. I don't have hundreds of pounds to lose, so he did it really slow over like the period of like 2 years. And then I just started.
And are you guys close friends outside of this?
We hang out.
Yeah. I mean,
not
like,
as much
are you
during
both
COVID.
in Seattle?
Yeah, we usually do the show together in the same room, but because of COVID, we've been distant. So
okay.
Yeah.
So you're friends in real life.
Yeah, we go hang out and eat dinners and stuff, but you can't do that right now. You can't do anything right now.
And was the first time that you hung out because of this podcast?
Yes.
Yeah, we met each other through the show. It was funny. I was doing a video with that Onision guy that everybody thinks is probably the worst things in the world.
And we were making fun of Onision because we hated him. We were making fun of an Onision video that Billy was in. That's how we got hooked up with him.
So were you in person with that guy Onision, or was it you commenting on him?
Yeah, they were doing a commentary, and I was in a video with him at one of his houses. And they like, one of the guys on the show was like, "Oh, I know that guy. That's Billy the Fridge. We should have him in on the show. He's from Seattle." And then so
there's a lot of YouTubers in Seattle at all different levels. Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm new to YouTube. I just started my show on YouTube. I didn't really know about the community, but I've been lurking in different shows trying to figure it out. Like when you guys started in YouTube, how did you figure out how to navigate the YouTube streaming situation?
The guy that I started this show with originally had already been doing YouTube professionally for years. And he had already had a built-in fan base to bring over to the show, and that helped it grow a lot from the get-go. So I kind of had an advantage having someone who already knew what they were doing helping me out, and then I learned.
And is it your full-time job as YouTube?
Yes. Yeah. We also release this as an audio version on iTunes and all those other podcast format distribution services. Yeah.
So that sounds like a great life.
It's a good we live the good life.
It was better before everything was closed, that's for sure. And
why? It doesn't even matter if things are closed. If you're doing a show on YouTube and you're making a living from it, and that's how you get that's your occupation, why do you need things to be open?
Because for one thing, another genre that we used to do is IRL streaming. And that's when you go out in public and talk to people.
On the street.
Yeah, basically. Wow. Which ironically is kind of one thing that Stuttering John kind of started. Just speaking of him, he used to go around and ask people like antagonistic questions, interview them. That was kind of how he made his mark back in the day.
Yeah.
I do want to bring this up. I'm not saying we should answer, but Trumpster Bob is calling right now.
Let's pick up. How do you pick up?
Want to talk
I don't
to
know
him?
how to do it.
He's going to be a perv to you. He's going to be a perv. He's going to say a lot of really messed up stuff. I'm just warning you.
I can handle it.
Okay. All right. Here he comes. Bob. Bob.
I'm here, baby.
Oh, see.
Hey, look. I was listening to you. I'm not going to say anything perverted to that beautiful woman.
You say a perverted. How drunk are you, Bob? How drunk are you?
Well, I've only drank about 7 or 8 beers, so I'm not really that drunk. I'm just pretty fucking drunk.
Okay. Should I write this down?
Yeah, take notes.
You might want to take notes.
Hey, let me tell you, I would teach this woman about realities of life beyond her imagination.
How come you never have any women on your stream, Bob?
Well, because I don't want to expose people as a target on my show.
He had that woman. He had that woman at the gas station on his stream, right, or on his show.
Yeah. But that I don't live with her though, so it's different. She has her own life. Okay, for example, I rent wherever I go. I rent, right? Okay, and I constantly move. I move from one place to another, and I always live good. And I got to tell you, but it is a constant that drug dealers and these damn Democrat cocksuckers and these fucking, what do you call these people? Fucking communists, whatever. They always
whatever.
pay my fucking landlord's like $30,000 to $50,000 to move me out.
Whoa,
so
you got a bounty on your head? You got a rental bounty on your head, Bob?
Yeah, constant. As soon as they find out where I live, they pay off the whoever owns the property to move me out.
Then you have to pack up all your flags and find a new place to live?
Much, yeah. So that's why I'm always moving.
Next time you move, make sure you fix that one flag that's facing the wrong way on your wall, okay?
I'll try and get people to rent from. And 2 out of the 3 times that they've done this to me, the owner actually paid me like $1,500 to move out, kind of thing. So I'm good. I'm out by the end of the month.
You know,
baby. He paid
Trumpster
me
Bob,
$1,500.
Trumpster Bob, I think you're one of our biggest fans. I'd like to thank you for watching the stream and participating in the
I
chat.
don't like you guys, but I don't
you
hate
love us.
you. Anyway, I love you. Okay, I don't hate you.
You love
I'm not your enemy.
us. Come on, just admit it.
You love
If you
Elisa.
guys stand with each other, that's your business.
You love us.
But I think this is the best video I've seen from you guys.
Now, Bob, you always confuse us
Because
as being gay guys from California.
Wait a minute. You brought class onto your show right there. Look at her lips that she's got. Look at her eyes.
See.
Like, oh my God.
Is this impressive, Bob? Are you finally impressed by us gay guys from California?
Yeah, we're the gay guys from California.
Listen to her eyes
That's what he
and tell
calls us.
me you could fall in love with them freaking eyes of hers. Shut up, man.
So what
Shut
about
up, man.
What about Howard Stern? Who hired him?
Hey, look, Roger Staubach owns commercial property in downtown Fort Worth, and when Howard Stern went bankrupt back in the 80s, okay, and 90s, remember when he went bankrupt? I don't know. You guys are young. You probably don't remember that. You're probably too damn young and snowflakey and don't do your damn research on people. But when Howard Stern went bankrupt, Roger Staubach gave him a free pad to do his freaking radio podcast on and was taking sexual favors from him, and I was there. I walked in on it and saw it because I walked in there. I didn't know Roger Staubach was a queer, but I walked in there to apply for a job that he offered in the newspaper. Right back then, they used to offer jobs in newspapers, not nowadays. So I went in there to apply for a job, and I walked into his office, and Howard Stern was sucking Roger Staubach's fucking.
Well, you know what? This is a surprise to Elisa because she used to work for Howard Stern. So she had no idea he was into performing oral favors on men.
When did you live in Manhattan?
Wow. I just want to know, has she ever had sex with Howard Stern?
Bob, I thought you were trying to impress me right now. Is that a question that you would ask someone that you want to impress?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You know, she's got
your application too. This ain't a one-way street, baby. It's a two-way street.
She's got connections to millionaire matchmakers, man. Like she knows how this goes down. She knows how this goes down, Bob.
Sure.
Bob,
She's
why
never had
should I
sex
go
with
out
Howard
with you?
Stern. I don't know if I want to date her. That would be like a turnoff.
Yeah, you're a turnoff too, Bob. You're not really saying anything nice right now.
Oh, because you fucked Howard Stone, and now it's like it's okay.
Howard Stone.
Okay, first of all, I didn't, but also, why are you being kind of a jerk right now?
You did it. So that's a turn on.
Bob,
if you didn't have sex, wait a minute. If you did not have sex with Howard Stone, that is a major, major turn on.
Who's Howard Stone?
Howard Stone, you know, radio.
Is that one of the Flintstones characters?
No, you're right. I said Stern.
Okay, sorry. Keep going, Bob. Why'd you call us?
Second Stern, whatever you want to call her.
Okay.
Bob,
I got mad respect for any women that work for Howard Stern, but if I
it
call
doesn't
him Stone,
sound like it, Bob. It really doesn't sound like it. You're not treating me respectfully. You're not being nice. You should say some nice things first before you want to go on a date with me.
Could you say something? Could you say something nice to her, Bob, please?
Asshole first, babe, before he can be nice. You got to show his asshole side first.
That's not how it works.
Know the worst to expect.
Don't you think just being on screen with that picture was showing your asshole side first?
Oh, yeah.
I've never shown my asshole.
Elisa, he always tries to get us to do this thing called the butthole challenge.
Because you've never been invited into one of my butthole challenge. No.
What is a butthole challenge?
He wants to examine our buttholes to make sure we're not gay.
Let's start over. Hold on. Let's start over.
He judges a man not by his character, but by the size of his butthole.
Oh, my God.
I want to know if she likes lobster cooked in butter.
Yes, I do. Okay, you're going in a good direction right now. Do you say lobster cooked in butter?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm writing that down.
Boiled in butter.
Lobster with butter?
So when I cook lobster, right? That's the best way anyway, right? Better than cooking it in water, right?
Exactly. So what else do you put with the lobster? Are there any sides like potatoes or like asparagus?
Yeah. I love red mashed potatoes, and I like to put it and dice up chives and put in it and mush it all up together.
Have you ever heard of like Louisiana sauce or, Cajun sauce? Do you ever do that?
Yeah, I'm not into Louisiana food because all Louisiana food predominantly sucks. I can cook way better than anything you could eat Louisiana style. So why in the hell would I want to eat Louisiana food?
Hmm.
Okay, Bob, keep it going.
A better meal equivalent to anything you could get out of Louisiana. So why in the hell would I want to eat Louisiana piece of crap food?
Trumpster Bob is our number one fan, the number one DP fan. He's always in the chat supporting us. Thank you, Bob.
No, I'm not always in the chat, but I tell you,
you're always there. You're always calling me too.
More often, man.
You call me all the time.
You guys have a bit of class on your show for a change.
And I know we're actually surprised Elisa did the show as well. Bob, I'm gonna. You got 5 seconds.
Strips?
5 seconds.
Excuse me?
5 seconds, Bob. Say something really sweet to Elisa, please.
What'd you ask me, Bob?
I'm like, you like chicken strips, right?
I do.
You're talking, chicken strips earlier. I'm like, only if they're cooked
by
with
Raising
water
Cane's.
underneath them. So
by
the
Raising
steam
Cane's.
rises up and makes them soft, right? Because dried up, disgusting chicken is disgusting,
Bob.
right?
So you cook your chicken strips, so there's water, like they're in a puddle of water?
He boils them.
Steams them.
No. Let me tell you. Let me explain it to you again. I put them on a rack. Okay. And underneath the rack, there is a pan of water, and I put that bigger pan in the oven and cook them. And the water rises up, and there's foil over the chicken.
Raising Cane's is way better, Bob.
Cooking, they come out so freaking soft.
I like what Bob's saying right now. I like it.
Bob,
let me tell you another secret to cooking. So let me take you guys to a new level, okay? Let me take you to a new level. You need to learn to cut up onions and peppers, like chili peppers.
Jalapenos?
And put them on a rack. Well, jalapenos will work too, but chili peppers make it taste better. Screw jalapenos.
Are you gonna focus on your cooking now that Joe Biden is gonna be president soon? You gonna do more of a cooking focus?
But anyway, so you put that on a rack above the water, and the steam cooks it and rises the flavor into the freaking chicken as it absorbs all of that. Now you got great tasting chicken.
Thank you, Bob. We'll keep this in mind.
Bob, I have a challenge for you. It's not the butthole challenge. It's a different challenge. Would you get a video?
You can't pass the butthole challenge.
Okay,
You've
cool.
already admitted it.
Bob, would you get a video? Would you make a video?
Look, I don't think gay people admit they're gay.
He wants to see our buttholes so bad.
Gay people who hide in the closet and who hate on straight people.
He asks to see our buttholes to prove that we're not gay, but he's the one asking to see them.
Bob, I have a challenge for you. Please listen. This is important to me. Would you make a video of you cooking the perfect meal for Elisa?
Harder than Trump.
Well, I'll make a video of me cooking the perfect meal for Alicia.
Would you please make that meal, like if it's got the lobster with the butter, and just make the perfect meal and present
what's
it?
the time limit? Can I do it tomorrow? Because I can't do it tonight.
Of course. I want you to go grocery shopping. Do it within the next week, okay?
That's no problem.
So we can get this video and really judge, because it looks to me like you're finding the way into Elisa's heart with the food.
I'm very impressed. I have to say.
Let me tell you, Alicia, I have
Her name's Elisa.
The perfect shrimp.
Okay, Bob. We'll go over that later. Get to work on that video, and we'll talk to you later. Okay, Bob. Cool. Hey, up. Have a good one, Bob. He'll go forever if we don't stop him somewhere.
I really like that guy.
I'm impressed. Yeah.
That was good. That was really good.
He seemed to have won you over near the end there. I didn't think that was going to happen.
It was the chicken tenders in the water. That was the best part.
That's enough to ignore the butthole challenge stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, lobster and butter and everything he said. I loved everything he said.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I didn't expect it to end that way.
He offered us a pound of crack cocaine to perform oral favors on him the first time we talked to him. But then he said
He's very generous, this guy.
Yeah. He offered us a duffel bag full of drugs for sexual favors too. He's a giver.
Yep.
DM me, Bob.
Yeah, he will.
Goes down in the DMs. I'm excited.
Me too.
I know. I want to watch this story unfold. If you did happen to date and fall in love with Trumpster Bob, could I come to the wedding?
Yes, of course. I'd be so happy. There'd be nothing to make me more happy than marrying Bob.
It's about time. You got a good guy.
He does not understand sarcasm, so he's calling his mom to be like, "Mama, I'm getting hitched."
Who's sarcastic?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I saw the way your eyes lit up when he started talking about those tenders, and
it's the butter, it's the everything. He brought up shrimp at the end. I wanted to know what kind of shrimp, but that was awesome.
He spoke a love language, and I'm not fluent in that language, but I could see it being spoken, and it was.
I kind of fanboyed out a little bit because I followed Wendy, the slow adult, and she followed me back, and I got really excited because Wendy's
she's amazing. I love her. I think she would come on here.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Wendy, we have a lot in common. Wendy and I were both into this guy called Alexander Octopus Cortez. Are you familiar with him?
I heard your song about him.
Yeah. So it's this octopus that came on Kermit and Friends. And Wendy, I found him actually through Wendy. Wendy has been in love with this guy. He's really funny. And he's kind of all over the internet. And then he came on Kermit and Friends. And I scared him because I wrote a song for him. And that's not the first time that's happened to me. Many times when I write a song for somebody, they are very scared. It turns guys off. So I'm not going to do that again.
No. Do you have the song? If we played it on the show, could we play it for everybody watching?
Absolutely.
Ben, if I get you this song, can we play it?
Yeah. Send it to me through Discord, and I'll grab it.
So you could find it. There's something on YouTube called like Elisa Jordana cover Octopus song. And I've played it on Kermit and Friends before. When I wrote it, it's, when you really fall for somebody, I don't know if you guys feel like this, or Ben, I know you're taken, but when you fall for somebody or when you're in love with someone, you get more creative. Do you guys find that at all?
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're like your muse, right?
Yeah. So I need to have a muse. I need to have one, and I haven't had one in a while. And then when this octopus came along, I found it very easy to write poems about him. I found it easy to write songs about him. So I love that. And I've written songs about people from my podcast before. I really tend to fall for people when they are super involved. And it's easier to do it when they're like collaborating with you. Like Ben, does your wife or girlfriend ever collaborate with you on anything?
No.
No?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
So she's not into podcasts or YouTube?
No. Not on YouTube.
Do you want her to be?
No. Not on YouTube.
What does she like to do?
A lot of things.
Like, is she like a business person?
I don't know. I don't want to say too much.
Okay, but can you say if she's like a business person or like
she's an artist?
Oh, she's an artist.
Yeah.
Oh, does she like this show? Does she like that you do this show?
Yes, she's watching right now.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
I'm asking about you. Is that her now?
Holy shit! What just happened on Patreon?
I think Deadbird bought an entire year's worth of Patreon at $50 level. Deadbird.
Awesome.
Thank you, Deadbird. You guys can get a discount if you buy an entire year's worth of Patreon at once. Sometimes we get something comes in for over $100. That's obviously much more. Thank you guys for the support.
That guy just spent $600 right now.
Yes, because he loves us. He loves us the way Trumpster Bob loves you.
Trumpster Bob, you should donate something.
Yes. Yes. I sent you the Octopus song, Ben. I wrote a love song for somebody and it didn't work out either. I feel like love songs might be troublesome.
I think it scares people. You really have to have good timing with it. That's what it is. You have to wait until, like, I typically think that the person has to say I love you first and then you give them the song.
Yeah, I didn't really even talk to this person before I wrote the song to them, so that might have been the problem.
Let's see.
She was like a YouTuber, and
oh really?
Yeah, and I wrote a song for her, and I ended up talking to her a little bit, but
I've got the song ready too. I was trying to set up the. I'm sorry for interrupting. I was trying to set up the post show too, but I have the song ready whenever you're ready.
There's a post show to this?
Yeah, we do a post show for our Patreon subscribers after the live show.
Oh, amazing.
So, yeah, we stay busy. We got some great fans, and we like to give them as much content as they can possibly handle.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll play the song here. Here it goes. Oh shit. Here it comes. It's.
You know that I'm afraid of the ocean until I saw his tentacles in motion. Have you heard there's other fish in the sea?
Art on
Took
Twitch.
the expression literally. Very rarely do I fall in love. I hate deep sea diving, rather stay above. But I fell in love with an octopi, fell in love with an octopi, fell in love with Alexander Cortez. He came on my show, that's all I need to know. I'll take no further questions. Things that he said, yeah, they got to my head, yeah. Now I have an obsession with an octopi. He's an octopus that I met, Alexander Cortez. He's an octopus that I met. He is so damn sensitive. He rubbed me in the right way. He was born inside the sea. He's an expert at manicure. I feel like I can marry him. Think about our family. How cute would they be? They'd be half Jewish and half Italian, half a fish under the sea.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you.
It's Christmas Eve. A lot of Italians actually eat seafood tonight.
Yeah, so that octopus, after I wrote him the song, he came back on my show and he accused me of being part of Antifa and he stormed off. So that's how well that song worked.
Wow. What?
I'm so sorry.
Did he give you a reason for the Antifa Association?
Not really. I think he was just looking at it as an excuse to just like dump me and just never talk to me again. And then he said his girlfriend, then he wrote me a DM. I actually have it here. He wrote me this DM. Wait, let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
On my Twitter account.
Now, you said that he was in Wendy's sites before. Were you both going to share him?
Well, Wendy was in love with him. I was in love with him, but I don't know. I mean, I would have been fine if he chose her. Okay, so this is what he wrote to me. Sorry, but this endeavor had to be kiboshed. Don't appreciate you dragging me after I left your show, which I didn't do, by the way. I didn't do anything to you. I'd appreciate no more octopus talk. I'm asking you nicely.
Wow.
After I wrote that song for him.
That's very firm. It's a very firm message.
Yeah. So if you're if you're watching this and you're thinking about writing a love song to someone, I would suggest don't do it because, that'll happen. And they just don't appreciate it. And most people are narcissists. If you write a song for them, you're not the first person to write a song for that person. Like your YouTube girl that you met, Billy. I'm sure it was a famous YouTuber, right? Was she famous?
Yeah, she was gonna show the world her nudes at 1 million subscribers. So I wrote her the song before she hit 1 million. I was one of her first 1 million. And
was
how
that
many
Zoe
followers
Burger?
did she have?
Was that Zoe Burger?
Zoe Burger, yeah, Zoe Burger.
Okay, so Zoe Burger, how many followers did she have before she released the nudes?
I think she started off. She got banned on Twitch. Okay. She was streaming on Twitch, and she came to YouTube. And within a matter of months, she went from nothing to over 1 million followers.
And you wrote this song for her before the nudes were released?
Yeah. It was before the nudes got released, before she hit 1 million, and we had a long Skype call one night, and by the end of it, I think that she'd friend zoned me. What
the Skype call, was it like a sexy call?
At first we were there with other friends of mine, so it was like a group call, and then it was just her and I, and she told me a lot of her private life, and I think that we hit that connection point where she wasn't ever going to be my burger queen.
Sorry to hear that.
I want to know how Benji got out of the friend zone.
Well, he just was amazing to me, and he worked hard to get me, and that's what guys have to do. So some guys understand this, some don't. But Benji, when he first met me, he saw that, I enjoyed attention, that I loved singing, that I wanted to do something fun with my life. He saw that, and he saw, my talent and what I enjoyed, and he gave me more of it. So that is something, if you want to get someone, if you want to get a woman or a guy, you just see what they want in life, and if you make it happen for them, they're yours. I mean, I'm still in love with Benji. He doesn't even want me back.
Well, yeah, there's quite a bit of distance there too, anyway, right?
Yeah, but he is somebody that's been better to me than anyone I've ever met. I've met a lot of people, a lot of guys I've met, and he's been the best to me.
Oh.
And I think I screwed it up. I mean, we both screwed it up at the end very badly, and he just lost all feelings for me. But I didn't lose feelings for him. Still, all this time later, I've been out with a lot of guys, and there's nobody as good as him because he's very special. He's very humble. He understands me very well. And we're like family. So he just doesn't understand it right now. He doesn't understand it, but I know eventually at some point he will understand it, that it doesn't come often. The way we're connected, it doesn't come often in life. I've been with all kinds of guys that are very, impressive, good-looking guys, successful guys, but there's nobody like him because he understands me the best, and we have a very good connection. It's just so rare.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so heartbreaking, and now the fucking octopus is just another man in the line of disappointments. He has 8 arms, 3 hearts, but can't just take this one opportunity.
There was also Gonzo too.
Well, yeah, Gonzo, I also wrote a song for, and that was a mistake. Gonzo was extremely generous on my podcast. He would come on it every night and contribute, and I appreciated that so much. He's very funny, and I mean, when I met him, I was shocked. He was so handsome. I mean, who would think a guy with the name Gonzo?
Well, that's not his only name.
Yeah, is it Gonzo Shitcock?
Yeah, he was very handsome. Let me tell you, he's one of the top most handsome guys. But yeah, he was the same thing. I thought, he was my fan. This is what's annoying about dating a fan. Okay, so he was my fan, right? And then I was with him, and then he still did what every other guy does, the same thing. So you would think, oh, this person's a fan of mine. Oh, they watch me, or they like my show or whatever. You would think they'd be more appreciative. He was so unappreciative. He didn't appreciate anything. He would just went off with other girls. I said, how could you go out with other girls when you're going out with me? You're my fan. But he was just like everybody else.
I can see why you started going into the sea.
Yeah. I'm going after sea life now. But even sea life, it's really everybody's the same. I really don't understand dating. That's why I'm not dating right now. I'm just doing my own thing. I'm just concentrating on Kermit and Friends and just being a good person. And
you said that you get really creative when you were in a loving position, right? When you had that someone that you had feelings for, it inspired you to be creative. But I think that finding the creativity alone within yourself is far more enduring, and it's truthful to who you are as a creator. So I'm excited to see where you're going with Kermit and Friends, the new iteration of Kermit and Friends. It was a lot of fun when I was on. It was a lot of fun watching the new show the week before. I literally we played the clip of Benji getting fingered by Perez Hilton. I was like, I should reach out. I'm so
glad you did.
Yeah, and now the future is ours.
Yeah.
The future is ours. We're taking over. 2020 was nothing compared to what 2021 will be.
I agree.
Yeah.
So how are you doing for time? Because I know that we had yeah.
I'll get off now. I enjoyed you guys so much. You're very nice, and I enjoy your show. I'm a fan. I'll be in the chat. And
you're welcome to stay literally the entire night if you like.
Too long. I've overstayed. I know I have.
Have not overstayed. No. You literally, we just scratched the surface. I just was worried that you had somewhere to be tonight. It's Christmas Eve.
Most guests stay the entire time, but if people have,
I can tell you want me to go.
No,
you're about to say
no.
I can.
No, stop it.
No, we really don't want you to go.
If you leave right now, I'll be personally offended.
You're about to say that I'm part of Antifa, like the Octopus did?
No, I'm Antifa. I will be Antifa.
We live in Seattle, so there's a better chance that we're Antifa than you.
Yeah, we're in the Northwest. This is Antifa's home field. My friends literally started the autonomous zone in Capitol Hill. Like, it's crazy.
I do want to remind everyone watching, if you could like the stream, if you haven't already, that always works to get more people in here. Follow Trumpster Bob's lead and like the stream. Follow our #1 fan, Trumpster Bob's lead, and please like the stream and give us a sub. Hit the subscribe and the bell and all that cool stuff. Yeah, but seriously, Elisa, you can stay until the end if you want.
No. I'm going. I
don't want you to go.
No, but Billy, I'll come back. Anytime you want me to come, I will come back because I'm a big fan of Drunken Peasants, and I just want to say to anybody that's considering being a guest on the show, it is so fun. And I was really nervous before coming on. I've never been on a show like this. I was so nervous. I had a couple shots, I got to admit, and I was nervous. But these guys made me feel so comfortable. So thank you guys so much.
That's what we aim to do here. We really don't want to run you off, but you had said that there was a bit of time. That's the only reason I brought it up.
It's Christmas Eve. I got to start crying now. So.
If you're gonna cry without us. That's not in the Christmas spirit.
No, I got to start crying and drinking more. But thank you guys so much. I love you both. I'm a huge fan of all of you. And Bob, call me. Bob.
Yes.
Bob, call me. Twitter at Elisa Jordana. Bob, DM me, and I'll
jump on this, Bob. Elisa, before you go, you got the weekend, but you can't leave just yet because Kermit and Friends is Sundays at 11 a.m.
Link in the description.
Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's the Sunday service. I know we got a lot of atheists here. This might be your re-entry into God. It's a whole lot different than any church you've ever been to. I promise. You guys need to check it out. Elisa, you are easily the sweetest guest we've ever had on a Christmas Eve stream, and probably any other stream ever. This was a holiday gift to all of us. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Talk to you later, Bob.
Wow. Have a good night. I'm pretty excited for Bob. Give Dannyville a shout out. Yes, Chad.
You're excited for Bob.
Yes, dude. This could be Bob's big moment.
Hey.
This could be.
Who knows?
This could be huge for Bob. The guy, I'm excited to see Bob maybe become the next man under the sea. Bob might not have 8 arms and 3 hearts like Alexander Octopus Cortez, but what he does have is he's got some Keystones. Got some beer.
A minute ago, when she was talking to me, I was trying to get my like all the post show link out there to everybody. So I was like, yeah. But we have Magicus is right. We should read the Streamlabs, and then we still have more time left in the show. So we do have some video and news content, and I think Magicus sent us a gift like months ago that I have to go get, which is in another room.
Do you want to go get it while I read the Streamlabs?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right.
I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put you
full screen.
Yep. Here you go.
Full screen. Yeah, I think Elisa was very likable. I'm so glad that she did the show tonight. We were a little worried that you guys might not be sweet boys to Elisa, and guess what? Even Trumpster Bob was a sweet boy. That's a Christmas miracle. That's an absolute Christmas miracle. But no, it was awesome having Elisa on. I am going to read through these Streamlabs right now. Dead Bird, my God, that 1-year Patreon subscription. Appreciate you so much. Brino79 said, tell Bob that the XFL failed harder than Trump. XFL only failed this time around because of COVID. It was actually doing really well up until they had to close everything down. And then The Rock bought it, right? So now The Rock owns the XFL. It could come back bigger than ever. It could. Thank you, Brino. The Robot Chicken MLP says Elisa needs to dump Bob and get with the Beast. The Beast definitely would benefit from having a lovely woman like Elisa in his life. I don't know what Elisa would get out of it. Revik Kalinsky says, please, I hope to God she gets to talk to Trumpster Bob. Wasn't that magical? Wasn't that a special moment? The Robot Chicken MLP also said, finally, a woman for the Beast. Why are you trying to ship? Why are you trying to ship this? This is strange. Bappy Compton, this game is what he named. The game is what he named his hand. Yeah, I'm married to the game, Bappy. Why are you talking shit? Aubrey Sellin said, thank you for the 2,000 plus hours of entertainment. I hope all of your tomorrows are safe but festive. Thank you so much, Aubrey. We're going to try and be safe, festive boys. Lord of Nurgle said, show her Jared or Cobes. We don't have time to go through the entire gallery of crazies, but that would have been interesting. Prince Mora said, check my $5 individual situation and forget to check out games you love. Rock and roll extraordinaire. Mr. Captain Snacks hit us with that 9/11. So I'm throwing 9/11 into the mix to see if anything neat happens. Merry Christmas, my favorite 2 streamers and #1 internet sweet boys, as well as the lovely and very beautiful Elisa Jordana. Yes. Lord Magicus said, happy Graffelnick. It's a revenge holiday from the show Son of Zorn. You may open your present now. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you, Magicus. Bappy Compton said, finding a cross that can hold Billy. That's a true Christmas miracle. Why you talk so much trash, Bappy? All I ever did to you was love you. Why? Rallis and Shanes gave us that big 40 money. So buy some drumsticks for your drums, Ben. Buy some magic carrots. Billy, Merry Christmas. Peasants, thank you very much. Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful Christmas Eve show so far. I got a call from my sister earlier, and she was cooked a big dinner and nobody showed up. So after tonight's show, I'm going to have to go eat a whole bunch of leftovers, I think. That's the Christmas spirit for me. Ha 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 ha.
I got a like a quarter ham, like 1/4 of a small, because like those little Black Forest hams, you can buy just like a quarter of one of them. And I got one of those. That's my Christmas dinner tomorrow.
Is it one of those really good hams?
It's a Black Forest ham. The Black Forest is a region in Germany, and the ham comes out of it, and then there's like a Black Forest chocolate cake too that's also popular that comes out of that.
There's German chocolate cake and Black Forest cake.
Yeah.
And Black Forest cake and German chocolate cake are 2 different things. German chocolate cake's covered in coconut. Black Forest cake is like a chocolate cake with whipped cream or frosting and cherries on it.
I've been to the Black Forest. The first time I went to Europe, I went to that part of Germany, and it looks like it's out of a storybook. Like all the houses are like little hobbit huts, and they have the world's largest cuckoo clock. I saw there. It was like a cuckoo clock the size of a small house, and like the figures that would move were like life size. It was awesome. Pretty amazing region to visit down there.
I think Elisa wants Martin Shkreli now.
Oh, so she already dumped Bob?
Well, no, she said, I mean Bob. So
Let's maybe we should watch a Bob video. I think I have one. Is this it?
Bob
yeah.
Called into Mo's show. No, I called into the Drunken Peasant show because they were trying to shit talk me yesterday, and I fucked them up so goddamn bad on the phone they hung up on me.
Yeah, we can never recover. There's just no way we can ever recover from the verbal lashing you give us. It has nothing to do with the fact that nothing you say is true and you just talk over us. So eventually we just get tired of it and hang up on you. It's totally because you destroy us with your logic and reason. That's why.
It's because we're gay liberals from California.
We
don't know any better.
Liberals from California. Everyone like the stream if you are a gay liberal from California.
Please.
And I was
show Bob how many gay liberals from California are watching right
the only
now.
highlight of the show. Ask
Open
anybody that
box.
watched it. Mo just admitted it right here on this live stream. That their shows are fucking boring as fuck.
Yeah, they're so boring. He just always just happens to be here in our chat watching.
Had not have called me last night, there's no way I would have gone and watched their live stream.
Sure.
Right? Because all three of them, well, they talk like this.
Is that how we talk? Oh, we talk like this.
They throw in a piece of intelligence like straight people do not understand the genius of wrapping up a hamburger in a to-go order.
He's got a point.
What is he talking about? I think he's impersonating us.
Yeah, straight people don't understand the genius of wrapping up a burger on a to-go order.
Is that something you said? That does sound like
that's
something
actually
you would say.
verbatim something that I said about straight people not understanding the genius of wrapping up a burger on a
But
to-go
why
order.
does he make it sound like you talk all slow?
Because I usually do talk like that. Right
you
now,
don't.
I think I'm trying too hard to talk quicker than that.
But
I'm
this
a
is the
I'm a
guy
tryhard
that
right now.
this is the guy that needs to like warm up his brain before he says things.
He like looked cold in the camera like, which bullshit lie am I going to go for now?
Wow, they had a strike of genius. But you go over there to the Drunken Peasant show, and it's so fucking boring.
Dude, this is so much projection. It's unbelievable because your streams are unbelievably boring.
Whoa.
I'm not only highlighting the fucking show of entertainment last night, but I shut them the fuck up.
I mean, honestly,
and all I said was, I think it's perfectly fine and it's perfectly okay, and I fully agree with Russia being allowed to kill gay people because that's what they want to do, because it's their fucking country, man.
Wow, Bob, you're lucky Elisa already left because I think that might blow your chances right there. I don't know. Somehow I feel
not a
like
sweet
she
boy
might
thing to
not
do, Bob.
like that.
People don't like it, they're free to move to America. Or Canada.
They're actually not free to move to America.
Canada loves gay people. Just fucking move to Canada.
Canada does not let just anybody move there, by the way. But I guess if you're in danger of being killed in your country because you're gay, they might end up taking you. But they wouldn't just, you can't just be like, I choose to move to Canada. They're not going to be like, yay, you're welcome. You have to have like an actual reason, or you have to have a desirable skill. They have a test that you have to take, and you have to score so many points before you're even eligible to apply for a visa in Canada. I've looked into it.
Right.
I want to take the Canadian test.
Some motherfuckers think that.
Well, part of it, age is a big part of it. They don't want people who are too young or too old. They usually look for people in their 30s to like mid 40s, and someone who has either a lot of money or a high education or experience in a desired skill, like an engineer or a doctor, or that kind of stuff.
As ugly
That's
as
normally
they
what
are,
they're looking
and as
for.
boring as they are, on top of being super fucking ugly, that they're actually gonna garner
I like how quiet he was when I asked him why there's not ever any girls on his stream.
People to watch their show.
I'm not super fucking ugly. I have
no fucking way, man.
I have my ups.
There is zero chance of them becoming any kind of popular on the internet. It's not going to fucking happen. If they got 100,000 views, they paid for 100,000 viewers. But they damn sure ain't got that many viewers. Like actual
It's not
viewers.
true.
There's no
it's not
chance
true,
of that.
Bob.
1 million viewers, they'll have to buy 1 million viewers because there's no fucking chance of them getting 1 million viewers. They couldn't even get 10,000 viewers with a show that is that fucking boring.
It's not true.
The only kind of viewers they got are Christians who keep an eye on those type of podcasts.
Oh my God, I love this conspiracy theory.
The hundreds of Christians that keep an eye on us?
Yeah, that's where our views come from. There's hundreds of Christians watching to see what we're doing.
I want to thank those Christians and continue Christians to donate to our Streamlabs link below, or else we won't be able to give you this content that you Christians deserve.
I had the Santa Claus like flying around thing. Hold on, I accidentally moved this.
There is zero chance of them becoming any kind of popular on the internet. It's not going to fucking happen. If they got 100,000 views, they paid for 100,000 viewers. But they damn sure ain't got that many viewers.
Oh, so this is normal Trump logic. Like if Biden got more votes, it was fake because the person I didn't like can't possibly get that many votes because I don't like them.
One in the chat, if you're a Christian, paid to keep an eye on us because I want to see how many are out
I need
there.
to know how many are doing espionage on us.
I didn't. There's at least 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, damn. Trumpster Bob's right. This is embarrassing.
Like actual
It's so
viewers.
embarrassing.
There's no chance of that. 1 million viewers, they'll have to buy 1 million viewers because there's no fucking chance of them getting 1 million viewers. They couldn't even get 10,000 viewers.
1 million viewers is very hard. Like if you mean live viewers, getting 1 million views is very hard.
With a show that is that fucking boring.
More people watch your shit on our show than on your own channel. Let that
We're
sink
signal
in.
boosters.
Yeah.
The only kind of viewers they got are Christians who keep an eye on those type of podcasters.
I love this crazy theory.
Or
oh my God, Billy, you're like
sympathetic
going
viewership,
all
right?
crazy.
They got a lot of that.
I know. Last time it fixed itself after a minute. So
sympathetic viewership, is that a real thing? There are people that watch us.
Is he saying they're sympathetic as in they give sympathy, or they're simps and they're pathetic?
Or actual gay people who simply put them in a tab on their PC and then mute that fucking tab because they don't want to listen to that boring fucking shit. So again, even in the gay community, it's a sympathy.
Yeah, it's the gay community helping us out because remember, we're gay.
Yeah. Well, we gotta get our love somewhere. I don't know why my camera's tripping right now.
I mean, you could try. Let me see if you're tripping. Yeah, you are in the actual Skype too. You could try to leave and come back.
All right,
Merry Christmas from your Christian auditor.
2 guns,
Yes!
no
Boys.
am. 2 guns, no scammo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Big Merry Christmas love. Father la 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 la.
I'll just like if you drop out of the call,
Right
I'll
back.
call you right back.
Yeah.
I'll call you back. I gotta remove Elisa and Bob from the group, otherwise it'll call them again, and I don't feel like talking to Bob. All right, here we go. Here comes the Frisch.
Do. Seems to have fixed it.
Viewership, right? Those are the only fucking viewers they got over there, man.
I'll get the screen back too, right?
Yeah.
When you get to the part where I come into the show, you're gonna listen to it because it's the most exciting part. The only exciting part of the fucking show, man.
I mean, We do love it when you come on, Trumpster Bob, and I'm not even mad that you have stolen the heart of Elisa and that she's going to do your show now instead of any more Drunken Peasants appearances. I'm not even mad at that. I want to thank you. Merry Christmas, Trumpster Bab.
Yeah. Thank you, Trumpster Bob.
And their logic is 98% bogus bullshit.
It's because we didn't accept the Raising Cane's theory, right? We don't accept.
We
his
never
theories.
do our research. He said. I literally did the research one time on one of his harebrained conspiracy theories, and there was nothing. I couldn't find an instance of anyone else reporting the Raising Cane's stuff.
But how can we research? How can we research when he walked in on Howard Stern giving Roger Staubach a blowjob? Like, where are we going to be able to research? He walked in on it.
It just is.
What a crazy story.
It bears no relevance to truth or fact whatsoever, but they claim that they're all about the truth and the fact, but they're not. They're fucking idiots.
We're not all about the truth and the facts. A lot of the stuff that I say is bullshit jokes. Like it's entertainment, man. Like I think that nobody believes the shit you say here, but like we enjoy it because it's entertainment. We don't care about the facts. Half the time, maybe the facts come into play. The other half of the time, it's hats off, man. He was right about Howard Stone and that blowjob.
Howard Stone.
Oh,
they're gay, and they don't even drink beer on their fucking show, man. That's like, seriously?
What's he talking about?
They don't even drink beer. Why are they drunken?
Dude,
why are they drunken?
I've drank literal gallons of beer over the years on this show. I've drank plenty of beer on the show.
I used to come in here with 40s, like when we were when I was first coming on. Yeah, come in with the Hurricanes, doubled up, and just get litty. I think we put our alcohol into the show. Maybe we're not doing enough Keystones. God damn it! I hate that we're entertaining Trumpster Bob right now. But if this is what it takes to get us back to the excellency that will impress people like Trumpster Bob, then I'm willing to do it, Ben.
I've drank tons of beer on the show, even as recent as a few months ago. I just am not drinking right now because I don't want to be fat anymore. And drinking was a big reason why I was fat.
Yeah. I had whiskey Saturday night. I got pretty litty.
Yeah, you did.
I got pretty lit. I got lit
So,
up.
guys, it would be wonderful if you could toss us a couple bones, help us get a little closer to our goal. We're going to be doing our bonus show on Saturday night. We always like to help out the Saturday night people by throwing in a couple bucks so that we can get closer to 50%. Being around 50% is usually pretty helpful to help us reach our goal. So just throwing that out there. If you want to toss us a couple bucks, that'd be really cool.
Do you want to crack open those holiday gifts?
Oh yeah, it's only one. It's only one thing.
It's one.
Yeah, it's if I got something else recently and didn't know about it, maybe that might have happened. Okay, so presents for peasants. It's from Lord Jamarcus, Magicus, whatever the fuck they're calling him these days. It's in like a tied up. It looks like it's a tied up plastic bag. It looks like what I pick up dog poop with.
Did he send us dog poop?
He might.
Magicus, if you send us dog poop, this is not the worst gift we've gotten.
Dear sweet boys, find enclosed a holiday present for each of you. A shot glass for DP's True Joker guy, and a special card for the cardboard crack addict. Hopefully 2021 will somehow, against all odds, be better for all. Sincerely and sweet boy for life, Lord Magicus.
Oh, thank you, Lord Magicus. Let's check out this shot glass. And then the magic card.
The shot glass is It's a Joker shot glass. Pretty cool.
Is that Mark Hamill? Mark Hamill's Joker?
I think maybe. It's very similar to the 1980s incarnation of Joker. Even the logo is the same. If anyone watched like the 1980s like Super Friends, meanwhile at the Hall of Justice, it has that kind of look to it, like the purple suit.
I like that Joker.
Yeah,
it's a good Joker.
Love that Joker. This is a magic card. It's Berserk, but it looks like it's autographed by someone.
Can I see it?
It's autographed, and someone drew see, the green screen's kind of fucking it up.
Yeah.
But the thing's holding an ice cream cone. That was drawn into it.
Magicus, when I was a little kid, Berserk was my best magic card, and someone stole it from me. Someone stole Berserk from me, man. And I haven't had a Berserk since then.
But what's the autograph? I don't know what that is.
Probably the artist autographed it.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
You're such a sweet boy, Magicus.
Today was such a positive and wholesome episode. Elisa kind of straightened us out. Like we were
Yeah.
Yeah.
She put us back on a path of wholesome and goodness.
Yeah, like after the talk at the beginning about her dog, I was like, "Oh shit, this has to be a wholesome show." But then we brought in Trumpster Bob, and he
and then somehow she made him wholesome.
It went through the yeah. Like, well, he was trying to take it into the gutter a lot, but
a little bit. But by the end, he was like, "By the way, you ever have lobster and butter?" And I was like, "Oh my god, this guy is a slayer. He's a slayer." Do we have the list of gifts?
The list of
the holiday gifts.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of people who might be shopping last minute, and there's also always next year. And I tried to find some gifts for us to look at for alternative gifting.
This is not sponsored, by the way. We are not sponsored by any of these products.
Yeah, this is the KFC launches the KF console to take on Xbox and PlayStation. This is not a joke. So this KF console is a Cooler Master went into production with KFC to make the future in console gaming. KFC, the absolute mad lads, have partnered up with Cooler Master to launch an epically delicious gaming console, which they're calling the KF console. So it says, I had to look twice at this date on my computer to make sure it wasn't April 1st. I can confirm that it isn't.
Yeah,
the Twitter account in question is a new branch of KFC, and it's a gaming console that keeps your fried chicken hot.
Does it, like, you know what? It would have been amazing if it was a gaming console / deep fryer.
Yeah, this is just a warmer. Like, you want to play the video on screen? Will it show up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so check this out.
Is there sound to it? Because if
there is,
I'm just going to download it really quick.
Download it. All right.
Yeah.
So the console wars are over, claims KFC Gaming. The specs on this thing, if you scroll down while you download, we can go through the specs.
It's ready to go.
Okay. Let's play this.
There's a reason mankind didn't peak with the discovery of fire or the invention of the wheel. It's a feeling inside all of us that compels us to go further, reach higher, and dream of ways to achieve the unachievable. When the odds are stacked against us and it seems like the entire world wants to tell us no, that's not possible. Surely that can't be done. And we look up to the stars and say, just watch me. Because we know that rules are made to be broken. We know that dreams are made to be followed. That the impossible is made to be possible. And that gaming consoles are made to evolve. Welcome to the next level in gaming innovation, the KF console.
Could you imagine sitting down with Elisa playing some video games, keeping her tenders hot, Trumpster Bob? You need to buy this, Trumpster Bob. You need to spend $2,000 on the KF console. Yeah, this is a $2,000 system. I believe if we look down at the specs on it.
Oh, okay.
I know they have VR ready. Like you can play VR right out of it. It's VR ready, has ray tracing technology, rays of light individually simulated, creating true to life shadows and reflections that will immerse you in selected games more than ever before. 240 FPS frames per second with up to 240 hertz output. Enjoy smooth and fluid high frame rate gameplay at up to 240 FPS for all games with support for 240 kilohertz output on 4K displays. It's got 4K TV gaming. It's a console / mini PC with a chicken heater built in by Cooler Master.
A chicken
if you scroll
heater.
down, you scroll down even further, right below this.
The world's first built-in chicken chamber.
Yeah. It's the first gaming mode with built-in chicken chamber.
Chicken chamber. That should be the name of like a band or something. Chicken
chamber.
I can't eat the chicken because I get real sex situation.
Chicken chamber. It's only 4 times as expensive as a PS5.
It's what?
It's $2,000.
Why? Only because of the chicken chamber?
Well, I don't know.
Who the fuck is going to make games for this?
Oh, I guess they're gonna have all the big games because it's digital only. So they're just gonna have the digital rights to all the big games. It's built and designed by Cooler Master. So usually systems overheat. This actually benefits the overheating, keeps the chicken warmer.
This is so like nobody's gonna buy this for $2,000.
So right here, it's got the Intel's Compute Element PC with an NVIDIA GPU. Asus is mentioned in the graphics partner with the schematic. They've shown lists a GeForce RTX card. We're looking at RTX 2070 or above, assumedly, probably even a 2080 Super. The page also mentions the console will feature 2 terabytes of NVMe SSD capability RAM. So, or not RAM storage, SSD storage, 2 terabytes. It's like a small computer, right? It's a computer that keeps fried chicken warm.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah.
Then they have the anime Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, that's Xbox talking with KFC Gaming. Please tell us you would make a game version of a recipe for subduction. And KFC Gaming is like, we already have that, dude. We already have I Love You, Colonel Sanders game in the repertoire.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a interesting gift.
Here's your next gift idea.
Yeah, for the tactical chef. This is a tactical mobile chef apron unit. It can hold your sauces, your flippers.
Is it Kevlar?
I don't know if it's bulletproof. But it does look like it has some sort of knife protection. If somebody comes at you with the butcher knife or the fire pokers, I think you might be safe. But yeah, this is for the seasoned outdoor chef. This is next level. You can find it on Amazon. It's only $35. The other thing was $2,000. This is easily a gift you can give for a boyfriend, a dad, or a militant-minded mom. Also, you never think about the caskets. This is
there's only 5 left. Hurry up, order now.
You think you could use it when you die, but why not have this for everyday, like overnight sleeping? This is an overnight casket. It's a mother pink finish. You can get something really nice and sweet. It's $1,300, and you could basically escape. If you live in a small apartment and you need some privacy, just slide into this thing and chill out. This is your own little private Iowa for $1,300. Also, if you want to buy some stuff this Christmas or next Christmas or anywhere in between, Exotic Meat Market has so many different meats. They got African antelopes, zebras, alligator, alpaca, antelope, armadillo, axis deer, the ayam samani chicken, beaver meat, bison meat, bluefoot chicken, bobcat meat, bone marrow, burgers, calamari, camel, coyote, donkey, dove, duck, eggs. That's just to the letter E. You scroll down, we got some pictures here, Ben.
Oh no, not a guinea pig! No.
You want a little guinea pig?
You know what? I know
guinea pig for $40.
I know that they eat them in Peru because that's where they're native to. But guinea pigs are so fucking adorable. I would feel so bad eating one of them. They're so adorable.
They're cute as hell, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. A camel. You know what? I'm fine with the variety of animals I eat now. I'm not looking to add new species to the list.
They got reindeer there, Ben.
You know, like anything, like I could eat like deer, you know, or like other cow-like animals, but I'm not interested in marsupials. I'm not trying to eat a guinea pig. Looks like they have a No, it's a beaver, not a capybara.
Could
like
you believe
most animals that we eat are herbivores. So it's weird that we eat a bobcat, obviously a carnivorous animal. I don't know. Yeah. Bobcats are wonderful. I don't see why we need to eat bobcat meat either.
You can get 50 pounds of kangaroo for $2,000.
A fucking moose? I don't want to eat them. I don't know, man. I mean, like, I guess if it was already on a plate in front of me, I'd be like, whatever. I'll try it out. I've eaten
Have you ever eaten elk?
Yes.
You ever eaten elk or tried DMT?
DMT? What? Zebra, from alligator to zebra, like zebra. Well, why do you want to eat a fucking African horse-like creature? I don't get it.
Well, I think so they could say the joke is from A to Z, so they have to kill a couple zebras to sell it.
Rocky Mountain oysters? Isn't that balls? Isn't that bull testicles?
Yeah, that's 5 pounds of bull testicles for $100. Do they have manatee? Dude, if they have manatee, we got to eat some manatee.
A manatee was a protected animal for a very long time. I don't think they're going to have that.
I don't have reindeer hamburger there. How much is the reindeer hamburger?
Reindeer are elk, and they're in abundance.
1 pound of reindeer hamburger is $100.
Yeah, that's insane. Wow. You're probably better off just going to hunt it yourself, but then you got to like cut it into steaks and shit.
Yeah.
Here's rib chops. You get 2 steaks, 2 8-ounce steaks for $40.
Rattlesnake sausage.
Yeah, I'm not too in a hurry to eat reptile. Like, I'm not really in a hurry.
Yeah. So, if you guys are out there for the vegan in your life, you can get them an animal that they probably haven't even thought about not eating it. And this isn't out this Christmas. This could very well be out by next Christmas. This is Prosthesis. It's a real-life mech suit that you can pilot like the Power Loader.
Count me in.
They got a video down here of this thing working. I don't know if we can pull it up real quick. But a mech suit is like, what a great Christmas gift this is. Could you imagine? Look at this thing.
Nobody would ever fuck with you. That's for sure.
Dude, why would they? What's the point? That's not the actual thing there.
No, they're showing like Gundam and shit now.
Okay. And this is like your own little dinosaur.
I mean the next step is a Gundam.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually we could have giant humanoid-looking robots. I could see it happening. Well, I could just flip a car over. Yeah. See, it could pull a fire truck. Like that is impressive. So it's strong.
I want one next Christmas. Magicus, you already got me a great gift this year. If you want to top it next Christmas, get me a Gundam.
I'm thinking about, because I've been playing the Star Wars game so much lately, I've been thinking about getting one of those flight sticks. Because it looks like the game is a lot easier to play with a flight stick. I've been using a controller. Yeah. I just thought of it because I saw the way that they were controlling this mech suit here, and it looks very intuitive the way they were doing it. It's almost like an extension of his body.
Yeah, this is interesting. I want one.
I say go for it. Go for it.
Just tear down the forest. Like, the Amazon's on fire. Okay, let's tear everything down around it and put the fire out.
Oh my God!
It's got tusks. This thing's got freaking tusks, dude. This is a mastodon.
Fucking kill people with that shit. That's crazy.
Can you take it through a drive-through?
No.
Fast food drive-through?
No. If they won't let you walk through a drive-through, I don't think they'd let you bring a mech. There is like a clearance limit too.
Oh man, you know there's going to be some point in time where you can walk this thing to your local drive-in movie theater and just sit back in your mech and watch a movie?
I would like that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, those are the gift ideas that I thought we could throw together to inspire people for gift giving last minute or next year or birthdays all the way through.
That was great.
I thought that might happen tonight.
So
that was somebody.
Do you let's see, how much time do we have left? We've got like 15, 20 minutes left. Do you want to watch Spexo's video, his latest video about us?
Sure, why not? What a sweet boy Spexo is. While we do that, I'm going to enjoy some white protein bark, keto, 2 net carbs, naughty lemon berry protein bark. Oh my God, what a delicious snack. This isn't that good for those of you that are following the keto diet.
You made it sound like you were being paid to talk about it, and you're like, it's not that good.
Yeah, no.
All right, here he is.
It's like, you ever have bark, like chocolate bark?
No. You know what? Before we play it, we might as well play the intro here. So here it is.
I should turn off that goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. DP, are they going to touch me? Don't touch me, DP.
So, yeah, Spexo. Oh, no. We'll probably learn a little bit more. Oh, shit. You're on the screen on this one now. All right, here we go. So, get ready for the same old shit. And once again, he's going to say that he's not going to respond to us again, and he's just going to ignore us. Here it is.
First, I got to address the nonsense that the Drunken Peasants said. So they put up the Urban Dictionary thing of what Spexo means, and they thought that was like a big, like, oh, they're dunking on me, like, oh,
It's just you fall for it hook, line, and sinker every time. Do you just not get it?
Does he explain what it means?
It's kind of funny because he goes into his background a little bit, and I'm not surprised that he was like the way he used to be, like the way he describes.
The name that is just complete degeneracy that he says that he doesn't like. I mean, I guess they have no way of knowing this, to their credit, but in 2008 or late 2007, I started making videos. I was 14 years old. I started making Call of Duty videos, and I was doing commentary on these videos. Now, if you watched my other videos, you know that I was an extreme degenerate, total atheist, sexually promiscuous person in my teenage years, had a drug problem, all that stuff. Actually, the Drunken Peasants probably would have liked me a lot better back then.
You know what? That is an amazing amount of self-awareness. Yes, we probably would have liked you, because even though you would have had this crazy baggage, you wouldn't have been such a cunt. Because now you're just a judgmental prick that finds it within yourself to judge other people based on their lifestyles that have nothing to do with you and claim that it's ruining society, when in reality, people with your kind of views are actually ruining society.
We should invite him and Nick on the show together and make it seem like a debate.
It's a
date.
But
the entire time it's just us setting them up on a date, and they don't know about it until they're in love.
Well, now you just ruined it.
But
I think Spexo's down for it.
Oh, okay.
Was making videos on like Call of Duty videos, but I was talking about like my sex life and my drug use and stuff like that. Super degenerate content that I completely disavow. But anyway, so Spexo meant nothing. It was a name that I came up with when I was like 13. That became like my screen name and my online handle. Now for the
it still is your screen name and your online handle. You act like that's something from your past, but we wouldn't have even have known about it if that wasn't the name of your channel and all of your social media shit. So you're still using the name.
Time, my YouTube channel got pretty popular. I had 3 different YouTube channels, and over those 3 YouTube channels, I accumulated like 16,000 subscribers. They all got banned. It was before like video game streaming and all that stuff was as ubiquitous as it is today.
Yeah, and back then, that was before they had the click the bell thing. So all of those subscribers that you got before YouTube instituted the bell notification, all now currently wouldn't have no bell clicked, and they wouldn't even be getting notifications. Those are what they call legacy subscribers. But yeah, it looks like your channel got banned anyway. So who knows? Like you said, you were being degenerate, and that's what got you banned. I don't know, but I've never had a channel banned.
And so people were always constantly asking me, what does Spexo mean? What does Spexo mean? So I made a video and I came up with like 5 different definitions of Spexo, and they were all like degenerate sex things, right? Like I'm sure when you were in high school, people were like, oh, have you ever heard of the rusty blah, 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 whatever? And then it would be like some disgusting sex move, whatever, that is just purposely made for shock.
You mean like a dirty Sanchez or an Eiffel Tower or that kind of stuff?
Value or whatever. So that's basically, I made like a bunch of different definitions for Spexo to be like those degenerate things. And then I told my subscribers to make up their own ones and send them to me, and then I would read them the next time, all that stuff.
So why'd you keep the name? I don't understand. If this represents this time of your life that you're so ashamed of, why do you still use the name?
And I didn't know about that it was put on Urban Dictionary until a couple of years later. But that's the whole backstory. It's not like I chose Spexo after I looked it up on Urban Dictionary and was like, oh, that's what it means, that's what I'm going to make my name. Don't get me wrong, regardless, it's degenerate, and I disavow my previous behavior as a teenager, but that's the story of why on Urban Dictionary my name...
I can't wait until he's a little bit older and disavows his entire existence as a MAGA fucking bro. It's only a matter of years.
A bunch of different, like, disgusting sex stuff attached to it. And if you look at the second definition on Urban Dictionary, it says, see also Nemo. Nemo was a character in my stories. She was my ex-girlfriend. I called her Nemo, and I would tell stories about her. So that's why somebody put See Nemo, because it was related to my YouTube videos.
All right. Yeah, I don't remember that part.
Another thing they were saying is that I was making fun of sex crime victims or whatever. I wasn't making fun of sex crime victims. I was making fun of that guy, the guy with the shaved head that looks...
You mean a sex crime victim?
Like AIDS Skrillex, because I happened to say he looks like he was molested as a kid as a joke. And
so you're joking about sex crime victims. You literally just admitted it. In the sentence where you were trying to claim you weren't, you literally just admitted to it. Come on, man.
But he does.
Come on, man.
Then, like 8 minutes later in the video, he said he was molested. That was pretty funny to me.
Okay, I'm going to rewind and re-listen to what you just said, all right? You contradict the fuck out of yourself. Do you lack this amount of self-awareness?
So that's why somebody put See Nemo, because it was related to
my
YouTube videos. Another thing they were saying is that I was making fun of sex crime victims or...
Yeah, okay.
Whatever. I wasn't making fun of sex crime victims.
You weren't making fun of sex crime victims, okay? Now let's rewatch the next statement that you made.
I was making fun of that guy, the guy with the shaved head that looks like AIDS Skrillex, because I happened to say he looks like he was molested as a kid as a joke.
So you're joking around about a sex
crime victims.
And then, like 8 minutes later in the video, he said he was molested. That was pretty funny to me.
Okay, so you got to sit down and edit this and rewatch it, and you still put that part through. I realize you're going to come up with some pathological bullshit as to why you weren't actually doing it, because you do the same thing with when you're called racist too.
We might have to go and add a new entry into the Urban Dictionary under Spexo. If anybody watching right now would like to take up a new entry and update Spexo, because obviously he's not the same old sexual act he used to be. He's something completely renewed and different.
Secondly, they got really mad when I called them pedophiles.
All right, here's the Play-Doh file part.
Because I happened to say he looks like he was molested as a kid as a joke. And then, like 8 minutes later in the video, he said he was molested. That was pretty funny to me. Secondly, they got really mad when I called them pedophiles. But the whole first video that they made about me, they implied that I was a white supremacist, closeted homosexual.
I don't think we got really mad. We just think it's kind of low IQ to use that without any real evidence, and you just use it for character assassination. It's lazy and it's low. It's low hanging type fruit to use on people. So
yeah, that's the entire thing we talk about. Is it becomes like the default slur now to call somebody that. And for the other side, it is kind of default to call somebody a Nazi.
Which
like, you're a Nazi. Well, you're a pedo.
I'm not going to call him a Nazi, but I do think he's a white nationalist, and he follows Nick Fuentes. And I think it's ridiculous how you're not even brave enough to admit it. At least white nationalists, wore like when I was younger, like when I was in high school in the mid to late 90s. White nationalists would wear brown uniforms and swastika armbands. At least they admitted it. They don't try to hide between this like cryptology, where you talk about Cookie Monster and ovens and shit like that.
Oh, and also an incel that lives at home with my mom and stuff like that. So then I respond.
I mean, we said that because people say that type of shit about us all the time. It was a joke. Because people claim to know all this shit about us without knowing anything about us at all.
I actually just wanted people to think he lived at home with his mom. It was a shame campaign.
Okay.
Onto
I was trying to shame him.
Where they're slandering me and implying all of this stuff. And
so, I mean, slander's illegal, so if you think you have a case, bring it on. I don't really think you do. So it's not slander. Okay.
And if he does have a case, what I just said about trying to slander him was a joke.
Making fun of my looks and stuff like that. And I say, well, actually...
Making fun of the way you look isn't slander. Slander would be like if we said you were doing something illegal. Oh, kind of like how you called us Play-Doh files. That's slander.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm way better looking than all of you. And they go, oh,
you like to look at men and judge their looks a lot, huh?
He's so insecure. It's like, oh, okay.
You making these videos prove how insecure you are. It's kind of funny.
Okay, so you're just gonna slander me and make fun of me, but then when I make fun of you back, it's because I'm insecure? Oh, you're gonna defend yourself when I call you a white supremacist, neo-Nazi incel who's secretly a homosexual? Wow, you're insecure, bro. And then when I said, actually, no, I own my own house, I have a wife, I have all this, blah, 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 and then they're like, oh, well, obviously we weren't being serious.
Yeah, and I don't care if you have that stuff. There's plenty of people that I don't respect that have those same things. That's not a big accomplishment.
Let's just focus on the facts here. He compared meeting Nick Fuentes to kissing his wife for the first time.
Right.
That's a fact.
Yes.
Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Everything else...
He never addresses that.
Icing on the cake.
We're just making assumptions like you guys do. You alt-right. And I'm like, yo, you're doing the same exact thing. You're calling me like alt-right and racist and all.
You were at a MAGA rally. You were at least one MAGA rally protesting the results of an election that's been over for months now.
Your fandom for a guy who compares the Holocaust to Cookie Monster so he doesn't get banned off YouTube and goes out on dates with Catboys, and his excuse for his degenerate behavior is that Catboy watched a Hitler documentary and so he's a cool guy. These are the things that make us question your alignment. When you're at the MAGA rally and you're accompanying somebody for a prayer, and when they announce that they're a Judeo-Christian, you go, oh God, I wish I could take back that prayer. Can't believe I just gave my prayer to a Jew Christian. Like these are the things that we pick up on that make us say that you might be alternative of the right that some people are a part of.
All this stuff.
I've answer these questions, Papa.
You're slandering me, but it's only okay when you do it.
What was the slander? Like, what did we say that you were doing that was I don't think you know what slander means. Just saying something bad about someone isn't slander.
I guess there was this time where we slandered him by reading the Urban Dictionary definition of spexo.
He just admitted to having something to do with that being written. I mean,
shit.
Yeah.
It's constant. It's hypocrisy. We know how these people are. It is what it is. But as far as like any of the like substance of any of their arguments, they were just basically trying to justify homosexuality.
It doesn't need to be justified.
We're not trying to justify homosexuality. We're trying to denigrate your need to tear it apart.
From a moral standpoint, when they don't have any morals, and then trying to use non sequiturs like the abuse.
I mean, you literally, we have morals, okay? I mean, they just don't perfectly line up with yours.
I don't have morals. Maybe I do.
Yes,
I
you
don't
do.
know. I don't give a fuck about morals, though. I have my personal code of ethics, and I don't impose them on anybody else.
It's funny what he says next, because he's gonna simp for the Catholic Church in a second here.
But as far as like any of the like substance of any of their arguments, they were just basically trying to justify homosexuality from a moral standpoint when they don't have any morals, and then trying to use non sequiturs like the abuse scandals in the Catholic Church as to why I should worry about my church instead of homosexuality. It just made absolutely no sense whatsoever. As if any Catholic condones any of the degeneracy our clergies had partaken.
That's a no true Scotsman fallacy. Like, you're not a real Catholic if you've ever had anything to do with a cover-up of sex abuse in the church.
Yeah, the church itself definitely has a very varied history of cover-up. So the entire structure, the entire system, all the way up to like the top, was that a guy that was in like the top 4 ranking?
I have no idea.
Was taken down for it?
I know that there's been attempted cover-ups. There have been successful cover-ups.
It's a syndicate. It's a syndicate of abuse.
We are constantly criticizing the Pope and criticizing all of the nonsense that has allowed to transpire.
I mean, the last Pope got so overwhelmed with this shit that he just quit. And most popes don't quit. It's usually a lifetime appointment. Like the Pope before him, John Paul, was like a prisoner in his own body, and he stayed Pope until the day he dropped dead. But this last Pope, he's still alive, just enjoying retirement at this point, because there was a lot of wacky shit going on while he was Pope. And instead of dealing with it, he just kind of let someone else take his place, which is unheard of.
Nope.
And I made a point that
was
said
the nope
that
Pope.
The scandals didn't really start happening until we allowed homosexuals into the clergy.
Okay, they don't ask new priests if they're gay when they come in. Like when you go to seminary, they're not like screening them to see if they're gay. And when you take that step towards becoming a member of the clergy, in seminary you learn how to take a vow of celibacy. So this bullshit argument that, one day the church decided just to let gays in, and that's when all of this stuff started. It's complete horseshit. Homosexuality and Platophilia are not the same thing. It's just not. They're totally different things. But I do believe that many people who had those types of urges, the Platophilic urges, probably did join the priesthood because they thought they could pray it away, that a life of celibacy and servitude to God could help them resist these urges. And the structure of the church protected them and allowed them to take advantage of people that they were put in charge of solely because of their position with the church. And
I wonder how many of these guys were groomed into the position of priest by the priests before them.
I don't know. Maybe.
Took advantage of them. And they're like, rather than break away from your faith, become like the pillar of faith and continue this cause. Like in Spotlight, in the movie Spotlight, there's the old man that they go to interview, and they're like talking about him molesting kids, and he's at the door, and he's like, it's not gay, it's the way it was done, it's the way it was done to me, it's just the way it is. And
I went to a Catholic high school, and I only knew one person in my graduating class that was going into the priesthood. So that's about, like, think about that, like an entire school. My school had like 3,000 to 4,000 students, and only one that I knew personally, it's anecdotal, but only one out of everyone I knew in the school actually was pursuing that. So that's the type of enrollment you're looking at, even from like a Catholic school where we're taking religion classes. Yeah. So,
but how many kids at your school you think got diddled?
Oh, I don't know of one. Personally, there was the priest at my school that had illegal pornography, and he basically got arrested. And went to prison for a little while. When he got out, they let him live on church property for a little while to, like, I guess help him like reintegrate into society. I mean, one of the most extreme cases in my local diocese that I grew up in was a priest was found guilty of murdering a nun. The murder happened back in the early 80s. He stabbed her to death in like the hospital chapel that they both worked at. And he wasn't convicted until the early 2000s, like 2004, 2005. They like, it was covered up and hidden. And at the time, my hometown was such a staunch Catholic town that the police
this year
didn't
sucked
investigate.
so many balls. Possibly all of them.
Thank you.
But, thank you. 'Cause you guys kept the debauchery and hedonism alive. Hail Santa.
Thank you.
Hail Santa.
Yeah, so this guy basically did probably 2 to 3 years of time until he died in prison because he was so old for a crime that he got away with for nearly 30 years before, all because of the power of the church with the local government in the city that I grew up in. And that's one anecdotal story, but I've seen, there's others just in that's one of the craziest ones. There are child molestation. Actually, there was an instance of children being molested at my high school before I went to school there. I learned that there was a priest that was a teacher at my high school. They made a documentary about this. It's called Twist of Faith. It was an HBO documentary. It was actually nominated for an Oscar the same year that Fahrenheit 9/11 won.
Yeah.
And it's about a guy who was a firefighter who went to the same high school I went to, and he was molested by a priest there, and then years later finds out that the priest not only lives down the street from him, but also was never got in trouble for anything. Was forced to leave the church because that's what they do. They go, hey, don't tell anyone about this because we don't need the bad publicity and the lawsuits. Leave the priesthood. Yeah. And because of that, he was able to still teach in the public school system after he left the priesthood, and had been a middle school principal for quite some time after that. So it's an interesting. And anyway, I went off on a tangent. I could go on forever about the Catholic Church. I mean, it's not all bad. There are good people in the Catholic Church, but there are people towards the top and places in between that protect the institution above all other things. They care more about the institution than the supposed God that they pray to, because it's the institution that gives them the power. And, you know, I've seen the real power. I've been to the Vatican twice. I see the wealth and unbelievable. I mean, they have their own country. They have their own country that's walled off in the middle of Rome. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So there's people at the top living like kings. You know, I could go on forever.
It's like a visual representation of capitalism.
Right. Well, it's not even capitalism. It's in many ways it was imperialism. When you go to the Vatican, the parts of the Vatican that you're allowed to visit as a tourist, it's like a museum, and there's all this art and other stuff that was taken from various places all over the world. And there's cool like murals on the walls and tapestries and amazing stuff. I would recommend visiting it even if you're not Catholic or even religious at all, because it's amazing to see. But it is unbelievable that it's its own sovereign nation, based on this theocracy.
His name is Billy the Fridge. He was like, well, that doesn't make sense because the clergy's not supposed to have sexuality.
I think I said that. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I said that, not you. But
yeah, because I don't know much about Catholicism other than, the salacious, gross stuff that I see. I didn't grow up in it. I don't know what the fuck the rules are.
Yeah.
It's like they're still humans. They still have sexual desires.
You take a vow of celibacy. And I believe that's the reason why a lot of people get into the priesthood if they believe in Catholicism and they believe that God gives them strength. What better to fight these wicked, degenerate urges that they think they have than to go into the priesthood and devote their life to God and take a vow to God that they will be celibate.
And they weren't allowing people with sexual desires that were homosexuals to...
They don't screen you for homosexuality. There's not like a test that they give you where there's like a yes or no, are you homosexual? They don't do that. Do you know any, like, besides the priest at your church, do you know like anyone in the priesthood personally? Like outside of just being a member of their church?
Be in the clergy. And once they started doing that, that is when the sex scandals and the child abuse and all of that stuff happened.
No. It's been happening for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's coming out recently because people are talking, because a lot of people that happened to them when they were kids are older people now.
And the iron grip of Catholicism isn't as strong as it used to be. If you spoke out against it as someone who was touched, you would probably be ostracized from not just your church, but literally everybody in your community. Catholics are tight-knit groups. They're very community-based. And
there was a time where the Portuguese and the Spanish were arguing over who got what land in South America, and the fucking Pope drew a line on a map. And that's why we have Brazil where it is, and they speak Portuguese there, and all the other Spanish-speaking countries in the rest of South America are. That's literally how much power and influence the Pope had.
Pope was like, hey, you get Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil's big.
Brazil's big. It's one of the most highly populated countries. But then the Spanish part of South America split into all these other countries.
Was in support of my previous argument that there is a deep correlation between homosexuals and pedophilia.
Correlation isn't causation, but either way, no, you're reaching so far to get that. You're making a false claim that that they somehow was just like, yeah, let's let gays be priests. There was never like an official doctrine that they were like, hey, let these gays in here and be priests. They don't normally ask people if there's no gay screening normally. I guess maybe if you were suspected to be, they might ask you about it. In which case they would probably make you leave the priesthood if that were the case. I don't think they were one day like, let's welcome gays into the clergy. So the very premise of your argument here is completely wrong.
Wrong.
You became a priest, now you just are not a human anymore, you have no more sexual desires, like, so that argument.
You might have the desires, but you're supposed to fight those desires with God's help and take a vow of celibacy. It's
chop. Yeah, you're supposed to, but Catholics are all about not doing what they're supposed to and just getting forgiveness at the end of the week.
At my elementary school, we had a priest that was gay, and when they found out, he was removed from our parish. I know that's an anecdotal story, but it did happen. He was also an alcoholic, and our basketball coach was some dude he met at Alcoholics Anonymous, which is interesting. But yeah, no lie. We when I was in I think 7th, 8th grade, at because my elementary school and middle school were the same thing. We had a priest that was removed because the parishioners found out what he was doing, and he had pissed off a lot of people. It was interesting.
Any sense? Also,
it's kind of against the rules I don't agree with the religion's rules, but they don't let gay people, if someone was like, hey, I want to be a priest, by the way, I'm gay, they'd probably be like, well, if you're gay, then no, you probably can't be a priest.
So like I said, all of those sex scandals, a lot of them did happen, but it's super hyperinflated.
A lot of them did happen, but it's super hyperinflated. Can you give me evidence that it's hyperinflated? Because
he couldn't give us evidence. He couldn't give us evidence that there was correlation between homosexuality and abuse as a child either, because there isn't any, because we looked it up.
There's been
live on the show last time.
There's been insane amounts of lawsuits all over the world. There was a big one in Pennsylvania a year or two ago. I would say it's underreported, if anything.
And if you look at Protestant churches, there's...
Oh, look at him. He's throwing shade at Protestant churches. Oh, there's way more pedos in a Protestant church.
Far more sex scandals in them.
No, there's not.
Israel is the...
You just make shit up.
Sex trafficking.
Oh, now he's be like, Israel. What about Israel? This is some serious Trumpism whataboutism.
And human organ trafficking capital in the world. But nobody talks about that.
I'll talk about it. Yeah, there has been a problem with underground trafficking of human organs and shit like that. Yes, there has. Yeah, I'll bring it up. I'm not afraid to bring it up. Whatever. If Israel does something bad, I'm not afraid to point it out. I just am not an anti-Zionist. I'm not a Zionist and I'm not an anti-Zionist. I'm just if they do things I agree with, good for them. If they do things I don't agree with, fuck them. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. But they're not going anywhere. So I don't know what you're going to do about it.
Yeah, I guess we just look down on you because you look like you're so futile in your attempts to change the world for what you appear to be as better. And you're clouded by all these ideas that homosexuality is not okay.
It's
other things are. It's strange.
I blame Hitler and the Nazis. Blame is a weird word to use. Hitler and the Nazis are probably directly responsible for the modern state of Israel existing after all of the Jews were displaced from Europe after the Holocaust, which you don't believe in, and a big reason why the United States has the most Jewish people. I think we have slightly more or slightly less than Israel here. That has to do with a lot of Jewish people all over the world being displaced after World War II. That's why we have so many here. So you could thank your buddy Hitler for that.
And also, I'm not justifying anything bad that happened in the Catholic Church, but you have to realize that when you have an institution with tens of millions of people in it, of course you're going to have scandals. And
now he's like, oh man, you know what? There's just so many people in the Catholic Church that this was just bound to happen, all this sexual abuse and cover-ups.
The scandals went upward and the cover-ups were onward for decades.
And when
the same people were repeat offending in the Catholic Church and they weren't being removed from their positions of power, just moved to a new area to reoffend. That's the problem.
On society and the people that are in the elite positions of power and influence, when they hate everything that Catholicism stands for, of course they're going to sensationalize anything bad that happens. But I really don't want to keep responding to these people and wasting videos on them. It's just, there's no point. Like I said, there's not going to be like, we're not going to like, oh, well, you know what? You know, maybe you're right about some things and maybe I'm right about some things. And we.
I mean, I did say that there is human trafficking that happens through Israeli. I mean, I don't think it's the Israeli government doing it, but yeah, I've read news reports about organ trafficking in Israel. So yeah, I agreed with something you said because I actually have seen evidence for that, but I don't think that says anything bad about Jewish people in particular. So I don't know. I don't know what the point of even bringing that up was.
Just like, you know, we can be pals. It's like, it's not going to happen that way. They're never going to agree with me. I'm never going to agree with them. They're going to keep talking about me, whatever. Hopefully I don't respond anymore because I'm getting bored of it. But apparently I'm just living.
I hope you
rent-free in
respond.
their head.
Yeah, I am getting bored of it too.
They keep doing the like, oh, I'm rent free in your head. It's like, no, your content, dude. We do 3 streams a week. We do them because we make a living doing this, and we need content for our 3 streams, and that's what you are. We are laughing at you. We understand there are people that agree with you. We think they're idiots. You don't. And the people that agree with us think you're hilariously pathetic. So we're watching.
I like
you
how he
and
says,
laughing
"I
at
hope
you.
I don't respond."
Yeah, what is that?
That's great self-control, and
Yep.
maybe me calling you out about it right now will keep you from responding.
It might.
Great
but
self-control, Papa.
I think his insecurity will be enough to make him respond again.
Maybe he'll miss the attention, and he'll come in like a nice young woman might do to get attentions from Trumpster Bob. We're his Trumpster Bob. He's simping.
He's simping for us.
Yeah. Okay. Benjamin, we have a post show going on tonight, right?
We do, and it's going to start as soon as this is over. So, yeah. Are there any Streamlabs to read?
Yeah. Jocular Jellyfish says, Merry ho ho, sweet boys. Thanks for all the content. Acosta Chop. Came to give us some big money. Audrey says, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Audrey.
Appreciate
One of my
it.
Sticky gave us that big monies. Two Guns No Ammo gave us that big monies. Thank you guys so much for all the support all year long, and happy Merry Christmas to everybody too. I know a lot of you don't believe in Christmas, and you don't believe in Drunken Peasants. You don't believe in the air we breathe, but I believe.
I think everyone believes in Christmas. They just don't believe in the spiritual part of it. I believe it exists. All right, so I just updated all of the links and everything because I forgot to post the one link. So yeah, we're gonna go do the post show for a little bit. We'll bring you people on to talk about the episode and everything we got going on. Don't forget, Actual Mania is coming up Sunday.
Yes.
Also
Sunday. I'm gonna go run and do a pee. So everybody have a good night. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Post show, we'll probably have the intro and stuff playing anyways. So
yeah,
I'll see you guys. And in just a minute for the post show patrons, $10 and above, come hang with us.
Yeah. Check us out on the post show. We will see you guys later. The rest of you will see you on Saturday. Good night.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.